next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
We're back. It's Crunch Time here on Woodward Sports. I'm your host, Jeff Iafrate. It's my guy over there, Booner, KG, Caleb Zarnick. We're back for another day of Detroit Lions training camp. All the stuff that's coming out. Dan Campbell spoke to the media today. We're going to play a lot of those clips as well. Kirby Joseph spoke to the media. Yesterday, some players spoke to the media. And Max Clark got called up.
Wow.
They're getting back up.
Hey, man.
Wow. Didn't see that one coming.
Max Clark. We will talk about that later in the show, but we got a lot to get to. Also, there are some injury updates as well coming out from Dan Campbell, and I think it's about time that I'm on the stand today.
Already?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, yesterday was the
Already
first day of training camp, and you're instantly on the stand.
That's it.
You know, like there's a crime that you could in my situation, it's like a crime I committed. I served my time, and I'm still getting held against it.
Damn.
Like I'm out on Giovanni Manu, but I keep getting added and sent videos and sent tweets and. Texted.
I don't think, though,
13 to 14
to be
weeks.
fair.
I'm on the stand. And I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm
forever,
saying it's
though.
fair.
No, I was saying, to be fair, it's like you put your flag down on Gio for years. Just the other day, you said you're out. So, like, I don't know if you, honestly, I don't think you can say you're out. Like, you're in.
Okay.
You can't, I should have, in the moment when you went hand up, I'm out, I should have been like, you can't do that. You're too deep in this.
Well, Dan Campbell spoke about his injury, which, by the way, like
My boy out for a long time.
it's like the most, all due respect, Giovanni Manu injury. Like I when I first saw the video and I saw that he was hurt, or I didn't know the extent, obviously, but Dan spoke about the extent, and it actually said something about the injury. And it's not funny. It's not funny, but I'm laughing anyway. Just like how this whole thing occurred or like what happened, it is just like on brand. It just is, man. Like I'm being
so
honest. I'm
brand.
being completely truthful with the audience here. Like completely on brand. Caleb, do you have the clip?
Yeah.
Here's Dan Campbell speaking about Giovanni Manu's injury.
Okay.
Saw Manu pop up on non-football injury yesterday after practice. Just curious for an update there.
We obviously put him on NFI. Can you guys hear me? All right. And he had a previous injury over the summer that was not disclosed. And so, came off the practice field, didn't feel good, got it checked. Sure enough, that's what it was. So he will be out for a period of time. I don't know how long that's going to be. Call it 12 weeks.
There you go. Per Dan Campbell, it was an injury suffered in the offseason. Undisclosed, which
What does that even mean?
It sounds like a dick injury.
It means basically that the injury was not reported. Like he went to training camp and was like, this is how I would interpret that. If I'm Giovanni Manu, you got massive pressure, at least probably internally, of like, I'm probably not going to make this roster. And then he gets hurt in the offseason and he's going, I'm definitely not making this roster. So I'm going to hide this injury and just kind of act like.
So you think he covered it up? It was
for
a cover
sure,
job.
yeah. And
You
then he practiced, and then he was like, shit.
I wonder if they were mad about that. They would have to
the
be.
way Dan sounded in that, he sounded like
Sounded pissed.
Frustrated,
Yeah,
maybe more so frustration. Like, dude, like
it is what it is. Kind of thing.
I wonder though, because the thing is with like Giovanni Manu, I know we talked about like if he doesn't make the team, will another team pick him up? Whatever it was. This is the situation though with Gio. The Detroit Lions have had Colby Sorsdal on this team for like years. Giovanni Manu is going to have a spot on this team no matter what. Like if they have Colby Sorsdal on the practice squad and still ripping this thing like year 4, and like Colby has not helped one bit. You think like a 7-foot monster is going to have an opportunity
with big calves.
Yeah, with massive calves
with
and
big
no
calves.
gut.
He's got no gut. 356.8, no gut, big calves.
They're not going to. I mean, they'll obviously probably put him on like IR or whatever, and he's going to probably. What's going to happen is going to probably be out for the season. That's going to be my guess. As they're going to be like, they're going to put him on that list where it's like season's over. He'll be back next year, and next year he's going to have the opportunity at camp to show what he's got.
Well, Schiff God in the chat says, just put the fries in the bag, manure. Okay. See how we're just.
Oh, wow.
manure.
I don't think I've heard
Manure, no, Manure's been Giovanni
okay,
Manure.
all
has been
right.
a
Not
thing.
No, they
me.
getting it off. You know they gonna get it off.
I'm just reading comments.
Throw the guy on IR and let's move on.
Jeff, do you have sympathy for Gio Manu?
Absolutely. I mean, he's a human being. You know, he's 6'8",
Do you not?
350, no good, big calves.
He's a bad. Why would I have sympathy for him?
Sympathy is a human.
Well, but he's a bad player. Yeah, I don't want players to get hurt,
but
but
he's
he's
a
bad.
bad
I don't
player.
feel bad for him for sucking.
Well, I do because the guy's a human.
I
It's like
think-
I don't ever want
Right,
someone to lose
right.
their
Did
job.
you feel bad for Jalen Duren when he played bad in the playoffs?
Yeah, I
No!
did. Like deep
No,
down.
you
Well, I
were mean,
hated.
weren't you?
I hated him, but I didn't feel bad.
Okay, fine,
Or I
I
felt
guess
bad.
Do you think Giovanni Manu falls in the BFN category? Big for nothing.
Right now,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Until
That's
next year,
yeah.
if he comes back in training camp, I'm gonna keep pushing the narrative to Jeff all the way until he's fully off the Lions, because you know he's gonna be at training camp next year. If Kobe Sorsdale's in Allen Park today, July 30th, Kobe Sorsdale's taking snaps today. Giovanni Manu in 2027 will be taking snaps for the Lions in training camp.
I give a lot of credit, by the way, to Colby Sorsdahl. Like, I bet Dan, when they're like making cuts, they just forget he's like, they're just like, wait, hold on. Like, they get into the season like, Dan, did you catch Colby Sorsdahl on this list? No, I did not. Oh, we just let it slip. Like, he just keeps sneaking his way out of the roster.
I don't know how. I don't know what. I don't know if it's like his contract. I don't know. I have no clue how this has happened.
At least we've seen him on the field, albeit he hasn't been good. But we have never seen Manu.
Well, we saw Manu on the
Well,
field.
we
He
did,
started
and
again.
Goff
Manu
almost-
started again.
he almost got Jared Goff killed,
Well, him
so.
and Colby are actually in the same spot because Colby in his first year or two started a couple games, got some snaps, was very bad.
Yeah.
Giovanni Manu started a couple games,
Had
got
to
some snaps,
block Trey Hendrickson.
was very bad. So they both, honestly, they're both on the same career like trajectory. They really are. That's why, like, Gio's going to be here next year, guys. Prepare for it now.
I'll just say,
Practice
though, like,
squad.
this
No way.
this basically, guys, just cements the point that 2024 draft class is bad.
in the pooper.
So
really bad. Like, really bad. And that's, hey, GMs are going to have classes like that, but we all can just admit that draft class sucks,
For
dude.
sure.
I mean, Ennis Rakestraw, that's the hope. And Caleb, that's the hope. If he turns out to be some sort of even like good number 2 corner, you at least got something out of that draft class. Is it
coming,
fair?
man. Oh yeah, it's fair. I mean, he's coming. Just wait. I mean, he's
Oh,
had.
my
he's-
God.
Okay,
So to
here we
rate
go
this
with this
guy.
Batman. I mean,
I don't think one player
Boone.
saves a whole draft class, but like you said, if you want to find some way to at least try to salvage it, I guess that's a way. And we still waiting on what Christian Mahogany gonna do as well.
he's
But,
the other one.
Yeah, but besides them two, I mean, I look at it as a lost class already. Like that's probably is gonna go
Yeah,
down
there's
as Brad
no-
Holmes' worst draft ever.
There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
Ennis could end up playing and being a starter, and you're still like, what? You got one guy.
Yeah, out of
your first round
7,
pick
like,
ended up
come
getting
on, bro.
cut because of some like court case. Like it's just it's insane. It is. So yeah, I'm out on that 2024. It's
over.
dead last, and there's no making
his
it up.
worst draft ever.
Yeah.
Ennis Rakestraw could become a Pro Bowler, and it's still his worst draft class.
Yeah, if you get, because usually I look at like for GMs for draft classes, like you're not going to hit on every single pick, obviously, but you want to find at least, 2 guys that'll come out of a draft class, 2 to 3 that can be like. Now I'm not even talking about, all Pro Bowlers or all pros, but contributors to some extent. You know, like in that draft class, if TA was like maybe TA ends up being a fringe Pro Bowler, Christian Mahogany becomes a starter for you, and you got one more player somewhere in there that contributes, you could be like, not the worst.
Everyone in that draft class is out besides Ennis Rakestraw, and he hasn't played a snap in football.
Yeah.
Or in the NFL.
Yeah, maybe in Mahogany,
Oh, I forgot about Christian
Is
Mahogany.
Mahogany hurt right now though?
He'll be back.
He'll be
the
back, though.
report was, or what Dan
He had
said,
an
is
illness
Christian
or something.
Mahogany will be back by, I think, the end of the week or next week. So
Yeah.
it was more so. I think it was just probably, I'm guessing it was just like a tweak of something.
Detroit Arrow says Rakestraw is the only hope to salvage the 24 class. Ennis, the revelation Rakestraw loading this year.
Let's get that going,
The
dude.
revelation.
Put that on a
Chris.
T-shirt.
It is kind of catchy.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Jomo says Manu will be starting for the Edmonton Eskimos in 2027.
Oh my gosh, Jeff.
I mean,
It's over, man.
They're not. By the way, they're not going to let him go. I will say it
Bro,
again.
they
He will be
are.
here. No, they
No
will not.
way.
He will be here next year.
No way.
They did it with Colby. Dude, if Colby has a job, he's going to have a job next year. And what's going to happen is Dan's going to be like, you know what? He didn't tell us the injury. I kind of love the fact that he just pushed through it. And he was a dog. Like that's the Dan. And Dan's going to be like, I
That's
love that.
grit.
That's grit right there. Let's get him back on the field in week 17.
yeah, I would assume his weight has been good. I mean, he talked about Tyleek, which we're going to get into, by the way. We have a lot more context on the weight. I know, hand up show.
Well,
hand up show.
Hand up
man.
show, yeah. Everyone hands up. You want to put our hands up?
Yeah, this is.
Hands
I'll
up
say
show.
this with. I'll say this with the Ty League stuff. I mean, we'll get into it. Definitely overreacted to that.
I think that's
Definitely
fair, though. Like,
overreacted.
realistically,
280 we were talking
Yeah,
about, dude.
right, bro.
280's
But
crazy.
dude, okay,
I
can we
mean-
just talk about him now real quick? Dan said the guy's 325. No one thought that Ty Leak was almost 400 pounds in the offseason.
You know what? He's hitting up Culver's, man. He's hitting up Culver's.
yeah.
for
Sorry
sure.
for us for just
Yeah.
thinking, like, having faith in Ty Leak and being like, there's no way he got
The
almost to
Butterburgers.
400.
That's what it
It's
is.
the Buddy's Pizza. I got the video if we want to.
It's the Buddy's Pizza.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's the Art and Jake's. By the way, I go crazy at Art and Jake's.
Oh,
I get it. You know, I get it. Apps.
Entrees.
Got the crunch.
Add some more wings
time
on.
bites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get that dessert. Oh,
Yeah, it's different, man. It is. Let's hit break and we'll come back. We'll talk about the Jahmyr Gibbs situation because Jahmyr Gibbs yesterday held out of practice. Today he's not there again. Dan was asked about it and he actually addressed it. So we'll get to his thoughts and we'll kind of talk about that contract situation. But first, what do we got, Caleb?
Tell us about Planet Fitness.
Yeah, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Ty Leaks, it seems to be he was grinding at Planet Fitness, by the way. I mean, lose 50 pounds in the summer. Planet Fitness is the perfect gym for me. It's everywhere. They got 60-plus Metro Detroit locations. I just hit the one in Royal Oak yesterday. You can go to anyone near you. And also, if you got a teen, 14 to 19, they can work out at Planet Fitness for free all summer long with the Planet Fitness High School Summer Pass. It's live until August 31st. Register online at planetfitness.com.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that.
Don't just survive, thrive.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
All right, let me tell you guys about Founders and their legendary all-day IPA. It is the 15th year anniversary for the drink right now, and it's a citrusy, crisp, and refreshing drink with a perfectly balanced taste. Guys, you got to get one of these. 4.7 ABV. It's built to go the entire distance of a game, whether it's the Tigers, Red Wings, Lions, Pistons, whatever it is. If you're on the golf course, the Rocket Classic is this week. Grab a Founders all-day IPA. And right now as well, you can get $5 shorts at any Art and Jake's locations in the state of Michigan on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And as always, Caleb, can you please tell me?
Just drink responsibly.
That's it.
We're back. It's crunch time here at Woodward Sports. We're going to get to the Jahmyr Gibbs stuff. I know you were mentioning during break the Giovanni Manu injury. It is undisclosed, and I do wonder why. Why just say the injury?
Oh, job.
What if it's his calves, dude? What would you do?
I'd be devastated.
Yeah.
I would be devastated. Not those
Not
calves,
the
man.
perfect
Gut
calf.
injury.
I mean, yeah, the KG's throwing out some crazy suggestions. It's like a tinfoil hat injury. But who knows? I don't know why it wasn't disclosed. You'd think Dan would mention it. But you know what? It's not our business. Let's get to Jahmyr. That is our business because we're in the business of talking about contracts. That's what's been relevant all offseason pretty much. You got Jahmyr, Sam, Brian. Obviously, Dan addressed what's been going on with Jahmyr. And you guys can interpret Dan's words here about Jahmyr's contract. Let's play the video, Caleb.
I didn't think twice about it. Really proud of him. He, I really man his word. Before we drafted him, I thought we set up there. We'd have been done by now. But I'm also, I know how this.
All right, let's try it again.
That was insane.
It was
Brad talking to the
We'll see
Matrix.
if we can figure that one out.
We stacked them on top of each other or something. I think they sounded like Dan
probably.
was a possessed demon.
Yeah, right.
Right there. It's
I
all good.
swear that
He was
wasn't
in the
actually
Matrix.
Dan Campbell doing that.
He
Imagine if Dan went up there and just started double talking.
Yeah, that was.
Camp really got to
Is
him.
that what Dan hears in his head when he's answering questions about Kirby Joseph? Like,
Did you figure it out, Caleb? Maybe it was stacked on top of each other or something.
I don't know. Let's see. One sec.
If not, I'll just talk about the video. So, Until you figure it out. We'll play it for content.
We'll try it again right now. Let's see.
All right.
All right, let's
Here we go.
Caleb,
Let's
let's
see.
go, Caleb. Come on, Caleb.
Number 2, come on.
Come on, Caleb.
It goes, man. I've been in this league a long time, player and a coach, so I know how it goes. So I'm not even sweating it. I'm not sweating it. I'll just leave it at this. You guys know how I feel, how we feel about Gibbs, and what the team feels about him. And I'll leave it at that. Listen, all the other stuff, my job is to coach who's out there right now. And I love the kid, but I got a team to coach right now. And listen, whatever all this at some point here, it'll get done. It's gonna get done. I'm not even sweating it. So.
Is it your understanding that he won't be out there until he gets a new deal?
I don't know. Look, I know this thing. Before yesterday, he did a conditioning test. He had a little bit of a back, and we'll see. But look, I'm not sweating.
By the way, Shift Out in the chat says that's what Brad hears in his head when he gets asked about the pass rush.
Right.
Oh, the mumbling. But yeah, there's Dan Campbell there, kind of addressing the Jahmyr. Obviously, he's going to have his back, and to be fair, not really a question Dan can give the answer people are looking for. I mean, he's not the guy. He's not the guy negotiating the contracts. His job is to coach the team. I'm sure he has some inkling of what's been going on with the contract, but he's not fully in that room with Brad and, the agent for Jahmyr Gibbs. So he feels pretty good that a deal's going to get done soon. Now, I can't speak on that. Would not be surprised if it gets done very soon. The thing I brought up yesterday was I'm just curious about maybe the difference or the gap there between both sides. And I'll be consistent. Like, they have had all offseason to figure out at least a solution. I mean, you kind of knew, if you're Brad Holmes, right, you're looking at this thing, you pick up the fifth-year option. And this is me reading between the lines, or at least my interpretation. Could be completely off on this, but I feel pretty good about it. If you pick up the fifth-year option, if you're the GM, tell me if I'm off.
All right.
You're
off.
Screw you, Booner. You're either assuming that, hey, we're going to extend this guy to a 3-year deal, whatever. I think Justin Rogers actually brought this up on Lions Collective. It's a great point. Like, we're going to extend it for 3 years, and the fifth-year option is going to be kind of a 1 year on top of that for other 3 years. So it's really a 4-year with the fifth-year option. But it's like the Jack Campbell situation, right? Like, they declined Jack's 5th year because they knew, and it was expensive, obviously. It was really expensive. But they knew, like, we're going to get this deal done anyway. He's going to be signed for an extension. I wonder, like, if you pick up the 5th-year option for Gibbs, does that, like, in Brad's mind, why wouldn't this have gotten done anyway months ago? That's where I'm going with it. Like, has this been something that Brad and Jahmyr's agent, they've been discussing all offseason, they just haven't come to terms with the agreement or maybe the years? And I know it's the running back position. You guys know how I feel. But just speaking from Brad's perspective, obviously, I wouldn't pay any running back, but it's not the here nor there. Maybe there's a lot more details with the running back contract that they have to figure out. I'm just curious. You've had months to get this done. Why are we in training camp? And why hasn't it gotten done at this point?
I think, honestly,
not that it won't get done, but why are we here? Why are we here?
I mean, it's July 30th. I mean, you're day 2. He's not at day 2 of camp. I think your thought process is exactly Dan's. Like, Dan at the beginning of that is like, I'm shocked this thing didn't even get done yet.
Yeah.
Like Dan literally said, I thought this was going to be done.
Yeah.
And so you would think, like, what Dan knows more than you do, and you're out here saying that. Dan actually knows that, hey, this is what the contract looks like right now. They obviously, like, I know a lot of people say they might be far apart, whatever. They obviously are very close. Like, there's almost a deal done. Dan today would not be like, hey, I thought this was going to get done, if he hasn't already gotten heard or gotten told in the last month, hey, there's almost a deal done with Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, he obviously thought that there was something that was at the finish line. I think right now, there's probably just something small term in here, whether it's guaranteed money, the term of the deal of the years, or if it's like, the actual AAV. There's probably just one little hiccup that they haven't been able to get over. Or it might also be like let's, again, spade a spade of what all this is going on. It might be that they do have a deal in place. They're just waiting to see what Bijan gets. And the deal is already done and the contract's already sitting there. Jahmyr and his agent are just like, hey, we're just not going to sign this until Bijan's done. Yeah. And once we see Bijan's, then we can be like, are we actually in the right spot? Because the thing you don't want to happen is, let's say they have a 4-year deal, Jeff, right? A 4th-year option at $21 a year, and you sign that deal, and 24 hours later that deal gets done and Bijan signs a 4-year deal at $25 a year. Then you're in a spot you're like, yeah, we screwed up, we screwed that up. And I think it might be the same thing, the opposite, because how often do you actually see two players that are number 1 and number 2 in their position group that are due for an extension at the same exact time?
Yeah,
you don't see this.
You don't really see it.
I don't know the last time that we've seen something like this. Maybe someone in the chat would know, but like this is very, very rare for this to happen. That the two best players at the position, coming off a rookie deal, mind you, that with the fifth-year option, are in the same exact position at the same exact time.
Right.
Doesn't happen much. Doesn't. So it is a very weird spot to be in. I do think, I texted this morning the boys, I said, hey, I think this morning it was like 8 a.m. I said, there will be a Jahmyr Gibbs deal done in the next 48 hours. Like, if they are already this close, Gibbs is in the building, he's just not practicing, and Dan, the thing comes out this morning that Dan says that he thought it was going to be done, a deal's coming. He's not going to miss a full week. He's not going to miss 2 weeks. He's not going to miss 3 weeks. I think they're just at the finish line. They're figuring something else out. And I think by the time we have our show tomorrow, I think there's going to be a deal done, and you might see Gibbs on the field tomorrow morning.
Well, it seems that's the feeling that even players have, too. Like Amon-Ra, this is per Brad Galley. He put this out. Amon-Ra spoke to the media, and Brad said Amon-Ra said Jahmyr is in the building, going through meetings, as he sits out practice. Amon-Ra said, quote, Jahmyr is my dog. I miss him out here. He'll be out here sooner than later. So I would like to think that those two are very close. Basically, one of the closest on the team. That Jahmyr and Amon-Ra have probably had communication about, like, how is the contract going.
Dude.
So if Amon-Ra is saying he'll be out here sooner than later, he wouldn't say that unless he had some sort of maybe indication that the deal's close.
I'm confident that there's a deal in the next day.
Like Jahmyr's probably like, hey, hey Saint, we're close.
I don't have any insider knowledge. Obviously, we don't. But like, I'm confident that there's going to be something done.
But
by the weekend.
The Lions are not an organization to let these kind of things happen. It'd be a bad look if this were to drag, even close to the end of training camp. So I think it's, Booner, I think you 100% spot on. I'll just add to that, kind of what I was saying yesterday. It could be a little bit on the Lions end as well, because we know how they like to maneuver contracts. Maybe they're trying to come up, with some kind of assurances, or maybe an out somewhere in that contract just in case things go wrong, and that could be what they're hung up about right now. Because if you look at the Aleem contract, the Kirby contract, they have put outs in place in those contracts, just in case things go wrong and they have to maneuver in a different directions. But either way, I'm with Booner. It's not going to carry out too much longer because he's got to be out there.
And I did say yesterday too. I'll take a little step back on it. I do think like there's a world. I talked to Braylon in the back, and we all kind of had the same thought where it is like, hey, all these positions, they do take massive steps up when it comes to these new contracts, because they are kind of setting the market or resetting the market to where Gibbs, and I actually thought about it a little bit more after the show. Jeff, tell me what you think. And I get your weapon thing where it's like his team's going to, Dan and Brad, like, hey, he's a weapon, he needs to get paid this much. Realistically, though, like Braylon said it, like, his total yards wasn't even over. Like, you're not looking at like a 2,500 yard guy, 2,300 yard. Like, his total yards are up there with like the Derrick Henrys and the Saquons and stuff.
Right.
So it's hard to be like, hey, like if he was out there getting 2,500 or whatever, like an insane amount, then his team could put on the table like, hey, this is what he was last year. He was way ahead of Saquon. He was way ahead of CMC. He was way ahead of, but he isn't, right? Like, he's in that realm. So I do think that it's going to end up being, this is taking a step back from yesterday. I said 25-ish. I think it's going to end up being a $21 million deal.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, is that wrong? Because I get the weapon thing, like having to reset the market. But realistically, he hasn't really gone out there and done that. He hasn't rushed for that insane amount that we talk about just yet.
If that was the number, would you be okay with that?
Yeah. I mean, you have to. Like, because realistically, a deal's going to get done.
Right.
Like, there's going to be a deal done. So it's like, where can you get it at? I'm hoping that it's just in that kind of $20 million range and doesn't break the bank.
I was really looking at Juicy over here.
No, I you know the answer to that.
But like, he was at 1,700 yards last year. How can he go in there and be like, hey, I'm a 2,000-yard guy? Like he did 2 years ago.
He's younger than those guys, too.
He is, but like realistically, though, if you want to reset the market by that much, like Jalen Carter won a Super Bowl and was like and I get Gibbs is still a top 2 guy at his position. But you still, like, that was a conversation with Braylon. Braylon brought a good point. Like, as a player or as an agent, as a coach, like, you do look at it and you go, like, yeah, you do have the projection. But if you want that much more than the next guy, you have to be able to be like, I have already went out there and got multiple 2,000-yard years.
Right.
These guys, like, Derrick Henry's putting 2,000 yards up, too. Right? Like, mind you. Like, CMC is.
And
Saquon is.
Saquon got paid after he won Offensive Player of the Year.
Right.
So, like, he had that in 2,000 yards.
So I get the only player that's really got pushed and paid by projections. The D Barnes thing at $8 million, which it doesn't really break your bank.
Aleem, I think.
And Aleem.
Yeah.
And I think like all the other guys didn't get paid off projections because they put those numbers up and they did it. So I think with Gibbs, and I think maybe that's where there's a separation with Brad and his camp.
Well, even J-Mo. Like, J-Mo was balling when he got paid. He got paid, and he put up 1,000 yards, over 1,000 yards. He's one of the most explosive weapons in the NFL.
Yeah, he didn't get paid $30+ million. He got paid, what, 24,
And
25?
Jahmyr is in
fair
that,
price.
Jahmyr is obviously an incredible weapon, but running back, of course. So, yeah, like, they're probably looking at it like, hey, man, as much as, you are somebody that we look at as a weapon, the usage, the stats, that's where the contract stuff always gets a little ugly. It's like the Duren stuff. Not that it's the same situation, but in the Pistons case, they're going to bring Duren with counterpoints and be like, this is why you don't deserve to make that money. I don't think they're doing it to they're not doing it to that level with Jahmyr, but if there is a case where maybe Jameer's like, I am a weapon, well, it's like, well, you have
1 year of 2,000 yards.
Yeah, and not yet, These and also like the bell cow stuff, like that's something I've brought up multiple times. Like, this is going to be that year where he is looked at as like a true bell cow. So he has to go out there and really prove it, stay healthy, and they're going to pay him. I don't know what the Bijan thing is. I know we talk a lot about that. If they wait for him to get paid first, I'm surprised probably more that the Bijan deal isn't done. You think the Falcons wouldn't even blink? They would just be like, sign the contract.
I think he's going to reset the market by a big amount.
Yeah, and you're probably right on that, because you guys know how this works in the NFL. All positions, like it's an unspoken rule, and people have spoken about it before, but everyone, especially the running back position, but every position, they look at the guy who's getting paid to kind of do good for the other guys. Like, you don't think
that's why Jack was a little like apologetic towards linebackers. He was like, I apologize to those guys.
Yeah, because they look at those guys like Tyler Linderbaum reset, like he did all the centers a favor. You know what I mean? Just like Jeremiah Love, Jeremiah Love right now is hoping Bijan gets 25.
For sure. So when his contract's up, he's able to get the 30, right?
Yeah,
like, exactly. You want to be able to do that.
So I get that. I understand that part of it.
Like with Jack, like this is where with Jack, you respect him a little bit, where it's like, hey, dude, like he did not reset. He could have reset the market. He was the best linebacker in the league last year. He could easily reset the market. And he apologized to those guys. But you remember what the comments that Jack made? I still want to make sure that I'm paid as an elite linebacker. So he's still in that conversation. He's still like $1 million off being the top paid. He's the second highest paid linebacker, off-ball linebacker in the league. He just didn't reset the market. And I'm interested, again, as this plays out, does Jahmyr reset it? Is he going to? Or is he going to do what Jack did? Because he has that. I'm sure he has that decision, and they're able to go through that with that. So
I think he'll reset, but I think Bijan's going to get just much, much more, because in Bijan's case, their quarterback play has been so inconsistent that he is their entire offense. Like, let's just be real about it. Jahmyr Gibbs is just now moving into that role, but even with that, you still have Jared Goff. You still have a plethora of weapons here. He's not the sole focus of this offense, but in Bijan's case, he's carrying that team. So that's why he's going to break the bank by a lot more. So that's how I see it going.
King Turner said that's what you guys get for saying don't pay him.
Okay, here's the thing, like,
all right, Jeff.
No, it's like, guys,
and relax a little bit.
And by the way, shout out to you, King. I love a pushback. I love pushback. Like, I don't mind having a back and forth. Like, if you hate my take, it's fine. You can't. You can hate the take, but you don't even have to respect it, but you have to understand it. Like, there is. I'm not just spewing out of my what. Like, me not valuing running backs is a trend in the NFL. Like, I've been consistent with this running back take, and I've always said, and people are like, well, Gibbs is the exception. I have to be consistent. Like, I don't care if Gibbs is the best player on planet Earth. Like, I'm not paying a running back. I'm sorry. I'm just not. So, like, if you hate that take, that's fine. You can put money and give Gibbs whatever he wants, and I'm fine. Cool. My only thing is, with the Lions, in the Lions situation, they have if not one of the most expensive offenses right now without Gibbs.
Yeah.
And we're going to pay Gibbs $20+ million. Fine. But I don't want to hear it. I'm keeping receipts. I don't want to hear from any of you guys about putting money into the defense. I don't want to hear a thing about any of you talking about putting money into the defense. Because guess what? I'm going to be like, here's all the contracts you're paying on offense, big bro. So let's chill on that. Like, that's all I'm saying. You as long as you guys are okay with your defense, the way it is right now, get used to it. And you're basically going to have to rely on Brad to nail draft picks for the foreseeable future. And even when those guys are due, you're probably not going to be able to extend them. I'm just being honest. So, like, as long as you guys understand that, cool. You can pay everybody on offense you want to pay. Sam, Jahmyr, pay them all.
Don't tell me how I can and can't feel, Jeff. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me what I can and can't say watch.
I'm just saying, like, I don't want to hear, well, go get Denzel.
Gatekeeping now?
Don't go get Denzel Ward or go get this corner if you want to pay a running back.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you are right because the money is in the offense.
This isn't baseball.
The money does continue.
But that's the commitment that they've made.
It is, but again, then
you have an all-time offense.
But realistically, you can't complain about the defense, and you have to basically get scraps defensively outside of Hutch and Jack Campbell.
Yeah.
Like that is what it is, and it's you're choosing the side, right?
Yeah.
And like some Super Bowl teams, I look at it like the Seahawks, the Eagles. The thing with those Super Bowl teams, guess what they did? They split it up pretty evenly. They had an elite D line. They had good corners, good linebackers, a great defense. And guess what? Also, what these teams did: the good running backs, good offensive line.
Yeah.
There's got to be a balance to it to a point. So I get that. I get it. But again, that falls on like who are you paying? What position are you paying? What's the price look like? How many players are you going to reset the market with?
On offense.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
so you have to pick and choose a little bit.
And you guys don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you anyway because it's your medicine. Okay, you need to hear it. You go right now on your phone or ask ChatGPT. Most of you guys use AI now. Go ask ChatGPT. Give me the top 10 highest paid running backs, and you tell me which one has won a Super Bowl. Oh, Saquon. Cool. Check how much he was making the year they won. I'll wait. It's $14 million, which isn't even top 5. So, like, I don't want to hear, like, oh, Jahmyr Gibbs, we pay him. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Guys, you need a defense to win the Super Bowl. Period.
That's it. Honestly, that's all it is.
Quarterback play, coaching, defense. Quarterback play, coaching, defense. Those are the 3 things you need. Okay? And then you need obviously good wide receivers because they help your quarterback. It's a passing league, so you obviously need wide receivers. I understand that. I have no problem with them paying that. But, like, if this isn't the 1980s, guys, okay? This is a passing league. And top running backs, Derrick Henry, what does he want? I'll wait. And I love Derrick Henry. It's not his fault. But the point of it is, like, he's not going to win getting paid, the highest paid running back money. It's just not how it works. You need so much more. Okay, you do. Unfortunately, I'm just spewing. I'm just reading facts off a sheet. Okay, I'm not hating running backs. Like, it is what it is. I'm telling you guys the truth here.
I also did. We had the conversation in the back when we did this this whole thing, and I did say, like, hey, look at like the top 20 running backs of all time, and you can add in even like the Derrick Henrys in that. I think he's one of the best. How many of these guys that like have won Offensive Player of the Year as MVPs have won Super Bowls? Like Barry here, like, and I love Barry, but like that was like your team. You always fell short. Adrian Peterson was like one of the greatest ever for years. Yeah. MVP, always fell short. And it's like it's basically building. And again, I am with Jeff on the side of like I do see the point of paying that much money to a running back. I get it. But if you're going to do it, you can't pay everyone else. Like, I mean, I'll be the one to say it. Someone in the chat was like, you're fine with paying Goff, Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Laporta, all these guys. Like,
Laporta, no.
You know who I'm not fine with paying? And I'm just going to say it. Guess who shouldn't have got a contract? Jameson Williams. Because if you wanted to keep Jahmyr Gibbs, you have to pick and choose, right? If you want a good defense. I love J-Mo. I would love to keep J-Mo around. Franchise tag him. Yeah. It's that simple. It is that simple. Like, you can't have everyone at the top of the market, even your wide receiver 1, your wide receiver 2, your tight end, your tackle, your guard, your quarterback, your running back. You can't. And then be like, hey, we're going to put a great defense out on the field. It's impossible. Unless you draft extremely well, which, again, we just talked about earlier, the 2024 draft. That was a defensive draft, technically, for you. You drafted 2 corners in the first 2 rounds. So you didn't have to pay a corner.
Yeah. And
neither of them worked out. So like you're basically crippling yourself on defense because you can't draft well that way. The last few years, and you're paying offensive guys.
When I say quarterback, defense, coaching, offensive line is right. You need to protect your quarterback, right? That's part of it. So I would rather put money into that. Like I would rather put money into the defensive line. Like there's so many things I would rather do, and I think what would attribute to winning a Super Bowl. By the way, not just being fun to watch. Not for fantasy purposes, like winning a Super Bowl, dude, like that stuff matters. Like you lost to the San Francisco 49ers because your defense couldn't get a stop. Like, yeah, Gibbs fumbled. I'm not even bringing that up. I'm not bringing it up. The defense. Need more resources into the defense.
By the way, someone said find another quarterback that makes $60 million a year that won a Super Bowl. I mean, Jared Goff, guys, we all know the rule, right? And I'll credit Easy on this. Easy from day one has always told me about the quarterback rule, the cap percentage. You can't win a Super Bowl unless you're like Mahomes or Tom Brady if you're not under 13. If your quarterback's cap hit is under 13% of the salary cap. That's like the rule. It's a very well-known rule. In 2024, Jared Goff was at 10%. In 2025, he was at 11.6%. And guess what he is this year, guys? Does anyone else want to take a guess?
Is it 11?
12.5. He's under the 13%. Like, that's not an excuse. Your quarterback's under the percentage that you need it to be. He is. And you're paying everyone else on offense $1 billion as well. Like, you can't, I cannot fathom, guys, because I don't think people realize the quarterback market, you can't just be like, he's making $60 a year. Go look at the cap hit each year and how they restructure and what they do.
Yeah.
Because you have to pay quarterbacks. Like, Sam Darnold was such a one-off. Like, you have to pay quarterbacks in this league if you want good quarterback play. If you have a good quarterback and you want to continue to have a good quarterback, you have to pay the guy some money. You have to.
Yep.
It's a non-negotiable. That's a position in this league that the money comes out. So you can't just sit there and be like, you're paying the quarterback $60 million. No, guys. Look at the cap percentage. You have to pay quarterbacks no matter what. That's the market for quarterbacks, guys. Welcome to the new age of football. But you have to figure out around the rest of your team, where does the cap hit go? That's where you have to kind of go to. Because if you have a good quarterback, you got to pay him. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, the DJCI says if Kirby and Branch were healthy, we wouldn't even care about paying Gibbs.
I don't get what
I don't know. I'll say this about Brian. Like, Brian's coming off an Achilles tear, but I have full faith he's going to be back and return to form. That dude, I'm paying 1,000%. Like, because, and this is me operating in good faith that he'll be back. His importance to your defense, if you want to have that type of defense, that dude is everything.
Yeah.
Like, his ability to play nickel, play safety, be one of the best at his position in what he can do. He basically does. He's like a jack of all trades, like a Swiss Army knife for you.
Yeah.
That dude you can't just let walk. Like, again, assuming he looks the way he does. So, like, Sam, I'm not as opposed. Like, okay, you can let him walk. On all due respect, love Sam. Like, fellow Italian, got a picture with Sam, met him in Birmingham years ago. Great dude, solid dude, rooting for him. Just doesn't make sense for the Lions to pay him. I'm going to be real. Brian Branch makes complete sense on defense. They need more into there. And it's unfortunate that – because I was all for Kirby, and I'll be consistent. Like, I'm not mad at I wanted Kirby to get extended. I wanted him to make max money. He's so important. He earned that freaking money, bro. He earned it. It just so happens that the injury obviously is costed the Lions, potentially Kirby's career.
Also, too, like,
it is what it is.
In the chat, people are like, oh, well, like, give me Mayfield at $30 million. Guys, Baker, the Bucs got a steal on Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he did.
The guy got cut from the Browns, went to the Rams for a year, and the Bucs got a steal on him.
His career was low-key about to be over.
It was. And if the Bucs had to pay him today, which right now, guess what? He's playing the final year of his deal, and they're not paying him. Mm-hmm. But if the Bucs had to pay him, the reason they might not want to pay him is because he's going to be worth probably and get a contract more than Jared Goff right now.
Yeah, because he took him to the playoffs.
It is what it is. Brock Purdy, guys, Brock Purdy's getting paid is the same amount, if not a little more, than Jared Goff. Like, people, $60 million. The guy's getting like an AAV of like 50-something a year. It's just that Brad did a back-end deal. That's why it looks like that, and they have to restructure because he did the deal that way.
Right.
He's like the 9th highest-paid quarterback in the NFL. You can't use that as well, you guys will pay Goff, but you won't pay Gibbs. Like, that's to me, that's a lazy take. That's what that is.
You need a quarterback to compete in the NFL, period. And Goff gives you that opportunity.
Right.
Like, we can all say we had an argument in our group chat, and that's why I love the group chat.
Time.
I love the group chat, man.
Every
Woodward
time.
Sports group chat, people talking about Stafford versus Goff, and, we have some individuals here that are pro Goff over Stafford, which is crazy. But you can be real and say, hey, Stafford's better, but also be like, Goff, the Lions are lucky to have a quarterback like Jared Goff. Without him, they'd be irrelevant. He gives them stability at the quarterback position. He's top 10. There's a lot of teams, 22, in fact, that would probably take Jared Goff over the current quarterback. So, got to be it's okay to be real for both sides there. It's not one or the other. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue.
Hold on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the comments in here, like, this is turned into like a Jared Goff hate thing, which is insane. Like, I don't
know how we got here.
This is insane. I'm salty.
Nuts,
in the chat
man.
says Hurts went to a Super Bowl without getting paid. So did the Patriots, and the Broncos went to an AFC Championship with the rookie quarterback. Okay. Then what you're saying right now is let's get rid of Jared Goff and draft a quarterback. That's what you're saying right now. You want a
it's a
quarterback.
Restart.
Yeah, you want a quarterback on a rookie contract that bad. It's insane. Like, we're lucky to have Jared Goff here.
Yeah, and both can be true. Again, we'll go back to that. Having a rookie,
it's a luxury, but it's
having
rare.
a quarterback on a rookie deal. Ultimate luxury in the NFL.
Right.
There's nothing like it. Look at the Bears with Caleb; they can afford it and do a bunch of stuff.
But you know how hard it is to win with a young quarterback in this league.
And how do you get a rookie quarterback like that, KG? You gotta suck.
Yes,
yeah, you gotta suck, bro.
By the way, too, as we're talking about this report just came out. Jeremy Fowler just spoke with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, the Bucs off, and again, the point of this is
Yeah.
where is the quarterback market, right? Where's the market? Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, probably the same planet, right? You'd
Yeah.
say,
Yeah,
like,
I would say,
similar
yeah.
players. You probably could argue,
Maybe tier you put him in, but Goff's top of that tier.
yeah, you would probably go Goff over Baker, right?
No
course,
doubt.
of
Yeah. I
course.
would
So, like, you're
100%.
talking about Goff's a little better than Baker. Guys, Baker went into this. He just told Jeremy Fowler he went into it wanting $50+ million. That was his minimum.
Yeah.
And he said the Bucs offered him a 2-year deal that wasn't close to the 50.
Ooh.
So Baker, guys,
on.
the market, the quarterback market, it's moving. It's going up. Baker Mayfield wants a minimum $50 million a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got Jared Goff at $53 a year.
That's fair.
So it's like, what? If you re-sign Jared Goff today, you're probably going 55, 60. So, like, you do have him on a cheaper deal entering this year, right? Can I say one last thing,
Yeah,
too?
go
Just
ahead.
before we go, I know we got to go to break. I
Yeah,
just
go
thought
ahead.
of this about the Gibbs thing. If people were wondering, like, is the deal going to get done? It does actually make sense that, like, the fact that he's not practicing, if the deal wasn't close, and I think Colton actually brought this up yesterday on your show, if it wasn't close, he probably would be practicing. And I know that sounds crazy, but if he realized, hey, they're not going to give me a deal, he's probably playing out this year because he has on 2 more years left.
Right.
So, like, connecting the dots with that hit me last night when I was driving home. I was like, wait a second. If it wasn't actually close and they weren't getting a deal done, he would just be on the field because he wouldn't be, like, wanting to not get hurt.
The only thing
he's not sitting out the whole year if a deal's not
The only
closed.
thing I would say pushback to that is just a question. Then why did Anzo sit out? Did he think they were close? It didn't sound like he thought they were
No, I
close.
think Anzo was trying to prove a point.
Yeah, he was.
I think there was a difference. I think
There was
Anzo was
total
trying to
difference.
prove
That's
a
fair.
point. I think with Gibbs, like, realistically, he has 2 years on his deal. Anzo is entering the final year of his
Of his
deal.
contract, yeah.
With Gibbs, dude, he has 2 years. If he was never going to sit out a full year.
Right.
He was always going to play. The only reason he would sit out is because he's like, hey, we are at the finish line. If I get hurt tomorrow, the finish line moves to next year.
Yeah.
Or it moves to the year after. So the fact that they're even close, that's the only reason he would be sitting out.
That's a great point.
So, like, it hit me last night when I was driving home. I was like, wait a second. He would be practicing if they weren't close. So there's no way that they're far apart.
And I get it. There's already been a bunch of injuries in training camp already. So,
Yeah.
like, I understand that. And honestly, I'll hand up yesterday, like, me maybe putting too much of the tinfoil hat on. Like, I understand why he's sitting out with that stuff, with the
Yeah.
injury stuff. I don't think I made that clear yesterday. And that's on me because, you know, Brian Bresee for the Saints tore his ACL, and he wants a new contract. Like,
Yeah,
it's
now
a big
he's got to
deal.
wait now.
You know, like Brian Bresee, he's a really good defensive tackle. He's due for an extension, and he tore his ACL. So I that's where, like, hand up, I completely understand that. Let's get to break. Caleb, what do we got?
Jeff, tell us about Water Hazard.
I'll tell you about Water Hazard, guys. The very first canned vodka cocktail from Founders. Had it on the course, but you can have it at Art and Jake's. Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. $5 cans for all the vodka fans out there like me. The vodka cocktail at 5%, citrusy, refreshing, gluten-free. It's really freaking good. Doesn't even taste. It's actually sneaky because it doesn't taste like alcohol, but that's what makes it so delicious. Founders does an excellent job. Just please always remember to drink responsibly.
You're building a whole combat sports enterprise in the heart of it in Detroit, and
Well,
that's what I think is the coolest.
I think with opportunity, right? Like you said, maybe you like to punch people in the face for real, and you know, you want to be a boxer, and you have an option there. Maybe you don't like getting punched in the face, and you want to make, you know, you like the theatricals and the storylines, and so you have an avenue here. Maybe you start at one and then want to change to the other. I don't care. I just want you in the building and know that you have some place to go to explore that. Just having the ability to, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it to the best of your ability? And, you know, it all, to me, it all starts with the kids.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
All right, it's time to upgrade your game with the Thrive Energy Pouches. Guys, if you need some energy, if you're looking for some energy, throw out all those liquid drinks and grab a Thrive. It is a tobacco-free, nicotine-free mental powerhouse. It packs over 300 milligrams of clean and smart caffeine, including alpha-GPC and L-theanine. Right now, you can see it on the screen. You can go to dipstop.com. That's where we get ours. And you can get a 15% off if you use our promo code WSN. And also, they are out at all Market Fresh and Market Square locations. It's Thrive. They just effing work.
Shout out to the chat, man. The chat's got me cracking up. Shot says, thanks to people like Jeff, we have to deal with holdouts and ins and markets rise. And then John Lord says, yeah, Jeff's fault for sure.
Jeff Illich.
You did this.
True.
You moved everything.
I mean, how is it my fault? King Turner, Jeff would want to be elite running back and get franchise tagged. You would want to be an elite running back, get franchise tagged? No, I'm going to be honest. Like, running back is two things can be true. Running back is a position that is disrespected.
Can we be honest with that comment?
That's the facts of it. Like, there's a reason why teams have won with, Booner and Jeff in their backfield. Like, all due respect. Like, there's things that matter more to winning a Super Bowl. There just is. Is it a luxury to have a running back? No doubt. It is. But it's not the final piece to winning a Super Bowl.
Also,
it just isn't.
Guess what? Fun fact. Nobody at any position at any point in time wants to be franchise tagged.
Yeah.
So, like,
no one wants to.
Like, that is, like, at any position. Like George Pickens almost didn't play this year, but they franchise tagged him. But, like, he didn't want to. I'm sure he didn't want to play. Kyle Pitts last year on a franchise tag. Sure, he didn't want to do that. Right? Like, that's, like, you do not want that.
You don't. And it just so happens that the running back franchise tag is actually fair. It's like $14 million.
Is it cool because it's all guaranteed money? Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
But long-term wise,
yeah.
If you're a guy looking for, like, when you get franchise tag, you're probably a pretty damn good player. You're probably wanting more long-term than just a 1 year guaranteed. Because your guaranteed is going to be more.
Yeah. If you go out there and get hurt, you fucked at that point.
That's on you, Jeff.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's all on you.
Way to go, Jeff.
Hands up show.
Hands up show, man.
Mike G, can Booner high step? Can Booner hit the hole hard?
Both. I think you'd be like, what's your comp?
Well, Klotz always gave me the Jason Witten comp.
Jason Witten. Funny.
Don't drop passes. I catch everything.
So you would be a tight end? I'm thinking of you as like a back. And I'm thinking like Cam Scatterbo a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, if I was.
You would have you would be that type of player where he just doesn't get phased. And he's a little crazy.
I would love to do like a graphic where it's like if Booner played each position, what player would he be? And it's like the whole, how they do like the starting lineup with the faces?
Yeah.
And they did that for me.
I know this is like the prototypical white running back, but I see you as a Danny Woodhead.
Oh,
Danny Woodhead.
I'll take that, I guess. He's a dog, right?
That's fair. Let's get to
Corey Schlesinger,
Rex Burkhead.
Rex Burkhead.
Just name any Patriots.
Yeah, any Patriots. They won with those guys too, man. Yeah. They won with those guys.
Did they pay him? Did they pay Rex?
No. I'm just. Well, the Patriots actually started it. They did. They started it.
I also
a lot of teams adapted it.
I love my Jason Witten comp.
I don't know if you're as good as Jason Witten, though. No disrespect, man.
I love it. Well, right now, like if we did flag football, I would be like the greatest tight end on the field. I'd be Jason Witten.
I
didn't give myself that comp either. Klotz said, "Booner, you're Jason Witten." Thank you, dude. Because we used to run routes at the old Woodward.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's my comp? You give me a comp, Chat.
You're like
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Braxton Berrios? Jimmy Garoppolo?
No, hold on.
He's a good one.
There's actually one that I really like.
Riley Moss.
What's his name?
Riley
Moss.
I'll take Jimmy G.
You're like Charlie Kohler.
Such a rant.
Right, that's such a
you just want me to be a tight end with you. That's just what you want me to do. Hey, I'll be Jimmy G.
How about like a Pat Fryermuth?
See, you just want him to be a tight end.
Just wants to be a tight end, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of white tight ends. You
Booner
keep going.
likes tight ends a lot.
Robert Tonyan.
Oh, shit. Luke Musgrave. No,
yeah. Brock Wright. Why not?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, all due respect.
How about Tyler Higbee?
Why are they all tight ends?
All right, let's
right.
I thought we were doing tight end comps.
Steven says Jason Sehorn. Eric Decker. TK85, Mike G said. I'll take that.
Josh Rosen.
Nothing wrong. Gritty. Okay, let's go.
Rake said Booner at quarterback would be Orlovsky.
Everyone's saying Josh Rosen. Okay, let's move on here. Let's get to Kirby Joseph. Chad, I believed in you. I'm out now. Josh
Rosen. Honestly, who you look like? Comp? Hogan Hatton.
Hogan Hatton. He's just 3-4 inches taller than me and 50 more pounds than I do.
Beard, everything. That's you.
That's fine.
That's the perfect comp.
Nobody appreciate the $2 says Jeff is going Manu. What you mean? So my comp is Manu. Okay, let's move on. Hey, we got Kirby Joseph stuff. You guys love that, huh? Kirby Joseph spoke to the media, and we have a clip of that. So let's play the clip. Caleb, let's hear from Kirby Joseph.
I'm going to always work hard. All I do is work. If you see me outside, I'm working. You know what I'm saying?
What have the last 10 months been for you behind the scenes?
I'd say that was my walk with God. Even though I got that, I was walking with God. I swear.
Has it gotten any better? Like, do you feel better than you did 6-8 months ago?
Honestly, like, the best way I could describe that right there, I got a YouTube channel called Zap Network. You know, go click the YouTube link on my Twitter, on my Instagram bio. It tell you everything you need to know. It's called Fly Today. I got a song that dropped. It's called Fly Today. Y'all go check it out. It sounds pretty good. I'm a part-time rapper, football first, foremost. You know, I play football first. But the song sounds good. Go check it out.
So what were some of the links that you went to try to get?
The links? Yeah. I found God. That's the length I needed. I had told y'all I didn't need to do nothing else, nothing more. I just needed to strengthen my relationship with God, because God gonna take care of the rest. It was something out of my control, so I give everything to God.
By the way, credit to Nolan Bianchi
Shout out Nolan.
for the video.
Big
That's
shout
Nolan. He does amazing work, and he's over at the Detroit News. So credit to Nolan for that. But
I know a troll job when I see one.
he's just.
I don't know if I should comment.
He's trolling the media.
I might plead the fifth.
Yeah, relax. Like, just breathe a little bit.
He's
trolling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's trolling.
He feels a way about the media right now. Like,
that's
hey, good.
You know
We feel a way about him.
That's fair. I would say KG, that point is fair. He probably has maybe a bad taste with the media because like he was asked about his knees, like my knee. It's like your knee.
Like, he's doing extra shit, bro. He
Yeah,
sounded
he
like
is.
a sitcom fucking character right there.
Yeah, I
bro.
saw Jeff Risdon post and quote tweeted the video and said Kirby feels like a WWE character right now.
Yeah, he does.
Like he's putting on a show.
The Twitter is crazy, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy. I think he's trolling. I think it's all a troll.
It is.
And he knows.
It is. I don't know. Again, like I have no clue how it must feel to be in his position right now. Like injury that could be maybe potentially career-ending, or he's going to be at least in pain, and he just has to manage it. I don't know what's going on in his head.
He's sick of being asked about it. That's what's going on.
And I understand that, but also like aside from the media, like just dealing with that, he has just been very outspoken and kind of trolling the last, like even before the media was going at him. But just in general, I don't know what he's dealing with right now. I don't. But I will say, Kirby, like ultimately the fans are with you, bro. Like we want you to play and be healthy.
Yeah, I think that's where the mix-up is a little bit. Even media, like us in the media want him to be healthy and to play football.
Yeah.
Right? Like, is there anyone that's like, we don't want him to be healthy? Like we're preying on his downfall. No, I don't think so. And like I get KG was like, oh, he's tired of hearing about it. Like, okay, well, you make $20 to $30 million a year to get asked and talk about it.
Yeah.
Like that comes with the paycheck of playing in the NFL. Is when you go through stuff. Yeah, like I would get paid $25 million to talk about that stuff. Like
I hear you.
You have to answer.
Tell that to people like Marshawn Lynch, who famously said
exactly. But
so
again, even in that sense, so with Marshawn, it's like, hey, you get paid to talk to the media. You get paid to play football, and guess what goes with that? Talking to the media, handling these things. That's part of being a pro, right?
But eventually, if you get the same question for the last year and going into 2 years of your career, you're gonna get tired of it.
Gotta answer it though. That's part, in my opinion, that's part of being a pro. Like,
easier said than
hey,
done.
KG, you want to know something really crazy? When Jeff and I left Woodward, guess what? Every weekend we would go out, we would run into 2 to 3 people a weekend and ask about Woodward sports.
I hear you.
And at some point, there was like a year into it, we're like, okay, like off air, we were like, we're tired of getting asked this. Like, everyone knows what happened. Like, that's all we get asked. So it was like, it gets to a point. But guess what we did? We were pros about it, and we told what happened, and we were cool. We didn't tell anyone like, shut the hell up, go do this, We were just like, hey, this is what happened. This is what it is. Like that's how I look at it. It's like, this is what your professional job is.
No, for sure.
We're pros.
But on
Get
the
the
other
job done.
side of that, you weren't worried about, okay, I might not ever do a show again. or I don't know if my show will be the
that's where
same
he's
if
dealing
I
with
come
a
back.
lot.
but
so
he's
it's just
dealing with
I
a lot.
get the human element of this.
I do as
I'm
well.
not saying it's right.
There is
I'm
a
just
balance,
saying,
though.
I get
There
it,
is a
though.
balance.
It's just like I get it. Like they're asking about your knee. I get it. No one's really heard much from him online.
Right.
They ask him about his knee. There, he's like, "Oh, here's my YouTube channel." Like, dude, what's going on? Like, how does
Yeah,
your knee
no,
feel?
I
Does
get
it
I get that
hurt?
part.
Does it not? Like, what's
Right,
going
right.
on,
I
dude?
get
Like,
that part.
you're in media right now. Like, what's going on? And I
Yeah.
get it. Like, everyone has the right to say what they want. Someone in the chat said it is free speech. Like, I get that.
No, but here's the thing. It is free speech.
You're gonna get the pushback from it. Then,
Yes,
and you can't be
here's the
mad.
thing. It is free. He can say whatever the hell he wants. But the reality of it is, and this is where I'm like with you on it. Like Kirby, you're the only source of information that the media and the fans have. Like, you're the guy dealing with the injury.
What if he don't have the info though?
Then
He
say
deals with it. I mean,
Yeah, like-
and you can even say that. You can be like, "Hey, I don't know what's going on." Like, let's be
but
honest.
here's the thing: like, people are going to speculate and comment on your injury, and it probably does piss you off. Give more context. When you get to speak to the media, be like, "Hey, this is what's going on." Give the information that you feel. You don't have to give everything away, but at least give people some insight to what's going on. Again, not that he has to, but it's probably best if you don't want people to constantly be like, "This guy's career's over." We don't know what the hell he's dealing with. He's the guy dealing with the injury.
True.
And we can have Dr. Jimmy Lee out, and he does a great job. He's giving his professional opinion. The only reason why we're all speculating and Jimmy's giving his professional opinion because no one has any information on his knee but Kirby and whoever the doctors are.
I could also see
So
a
it's like-
situation in which maybe the team is telling him not to say a lot either. So, and I get that, bro. Like, I'm not saying y'all wrong by any means. I'm not saying what Kirby doing is right. I see what the hell is happening here. Now, I don't think it should continue. I was like, a couple shows ago, I was like, he needs to get off socials. Like, seriously, he needs to stop doing all the antics and all that because it's not serving you any purpose. So I do get y'all point.
It is too. Like, next level to that, it's like, hey, if you are tired of the media talking about it, all this stuff, like, and you know how you get that to stop? You just answer the questions, tell it what it is, and it's over, right?
what I just
like,
said, yeah.
To Jeff's point. But like, it's like all the tweeting and stuff. Like, if you don't do that, guess what? No one's talking about.
Right.
It's the same thing yesterday where I'm like, hey, you're kind of taken away from the spotlight of the team right now because you are mass tweeting while they're practicing. You're doing these videos. You're doing all this. It's like, hey, if you don't do that, guess what? People aren't going to be talking about. They will talk about it because it is like Sam Laporta's back. And did Sam Laporta, like when he was going through it, and guess what? Sam Laporta talked today about how he thought his career was over.
Yeah.
What did Sam Laporta
He did
do?
say that, yeah.
He said he sat there, didn't say anything, and grinded and just went about his business until, and it was like, I get people like do go about things differently. I understand that. But you can't be mad at the media for reporting it and
Right.
talking about it and asking it to you. That's my only pushback, right? It's like you have to be a pro and still go about it the right way.
Not saying you got to spill everything, but I'm glad you brought Sam up. Like, not the exact same situation, but he had a back injury that people speculated how bad it would actually be, and he still was like, yeah, this is all the context, this is how I'm feeling now, which I know Kirby kind of talked about some of that, but like, yeah, we agree. If you want the media to back off, or you want fans to back off, I don't know what he's getting DM-wise, people could be DMing him, all types of stuff, just give more context, more information. I get plugging the YouTube, bro. You keep plugging to YouTube. Do whatever you want with it, man.
sure,
Do
man.
whatever the hell you want. I hope he's crushing. He's a rapper. I haven't listened to any Kirby Joseph songs. I'll check it out.
I have. It's
But
actually pretty good.
There we go.
I was about to say, I'm down for
I'll
some big
listen.
Kirby.
Yeah,
If it bangs,
we can do a watch party
It
for him.
bangs, but we need to know more about the knee, my man. Like,
Danny G said too, just put yourself in his shoes for a minute. Guys, we are. Like, no one's saying he can't be doing all of this. It's just more so like everyone's trying to figure out what's going on. Like, I feel like this is actually really simple. We all just want to know what's going on. People are asking him those questions. He's getting mad that he's getting asked those questions. It's like a circle. It just keeps going. It's like, hey, we could stop the circle and just boom, end it
Right.
if you just answer and just say, hey, this is what it is.
Right.
yeah.
I know this is might be not a bad take, but almost a boring take. I don't care about any of it. Like, I just want to see him get back on the football field. He doesn't have to tell us anything. Like that, I know it's a part of the business, and he makes a ton of money to do it. I do think he should get off social media because it's getting a little bit crazy, but he doesn't have to tell us anything. I don't care. Like, they know in the building kind of what his timeline is. They don't have to share it with anybody, and as long as he's back on the field for the Detroit Lions, none of this matters what's happening right now. That's kind of where I'm at on it.
Jay Swish, I'm not going to read the whole comment because he just went off. I'm saying that, like, we're annoying for saying all, like, this is like a normal thing. Like, I don't think people are asking.
Well, he's probably talking about the media too, like, so nobody has gotten
He
frustrated.
said,
by
let
it,
the
knowing-
man live. Like, no one's saying he can't live. It's just like, I don't think you understand. Like, he gets mad at the media because the media is doing their job, and he's not answering the media's question because he's frustrated with the media. That's where I think this is like.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, like, we're letting, go ahead, live. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm with Caleb, too. I said yesterday, like, he posted a video of him running up the hill. He was like, I'm almost back. Like, I'm doing good, whatever it is. It's like, dude, honestly, I couldn't care less. Like, all I care about is you just get, like, I want to see a video when you're on the football field.
Right.
Yeah, because it's different when you're running versus, like, actually out there.
Of course.
You know, playing football. It's, you know.
I can run a hill. Like, I can't play in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I could go run up a hill right now.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, obviously it's good he's moving, but it's just different when you're out there playing football. You know, hitting. I mean, he plays defense. He plays safety. Like, you got to see it tested. So we're hoping everything works out for him. But
I mean, we can keep doing this. Danny G, we talked about this injury for over a year now. We know what it is. Let him work, weigh his back on the field, and stop shoving it in his face. No one. How do you guys not understand this? Nobody is shoving this in Kirby Joseph's face. He's mass tweeting and doing this and shoving it back in the media's face.
And he got to realize
that's what it is.
When you get a chance with the press and you go up there and do stuff like that, it's just going to lead to more questions. That's
like,
all.
no one is shoving anything, and we're not talking about the injury. We wouldn't even be talking about this if he was like, we would have the conversation about it once entering camp. He's on the PUP list. It's over. But guess what? He's kept it relevant by doing all these tweeting and talking and videos and all the. He's the one that's keeping this thing relevant in the media. We have to report on it.
Like Brando says music stars are the same. They get mad at all the pitchers. People ask them questions nonstop and trying to dig into their lives. Well, here's the difference. Taylor Swift isn't doing a press conference once a week, or whatever, talking to the media constantly. Like Taylor Swift, these other Kirby Joseph's job is part of his job is speaking to the media. Like that's part of being a professional athlete. So like that's not related. He's going to get asked questions. Taylor Swift doesn't after a concert sit down and be like, all right, any questions?
Right.
What do we got? You know, Drake's over there. Hey guys, any questions?
Yeah.
It's very different. So Kirby, I'm not asking for the medicals, but I think I'm with you. Would it be more beneficial for maybe both parties, Kirby and the fan base or media, if he were to just maybe give more insight to how he's feeling, how the summer's been? Yeah, for sure.
But would people like us too, like just to show up and not talk about anything, and we could just be like, hey, how's your guys' day?
Well,
Caleb, how was your day?
Yeah, but that's a little bit different.
But no, people are like, stop shoving it in his face. The guy's mass tweeting and putting all this stuff out. Yeah, we're gonna have these conversations.
Yeah. Let's get to some of these super chats. So I read the one earlier from Nobody. I know Tev Sauce appreciate the super chat as well. He says Kirby is Ivy 2.0. I think that's what he said.
All right, relax.
That's not us. We did not say that.
I'm just reading the super chat. Shad, appreciate the 5. He said, they told us what's going on. There's no cartilage. It's purely just pain management for Kirby. Y'all digging for nothing.
Updates. Oh, and we're not digging.
It's not
Kirby's
digging.
putting it on our front porch. He's literally just delivering it to us UPS style.
Yeah.
Overnight shipping.
Yeah.
Kirby's literally just handing us content.
No, but to me, when Dan said that he's on the Brian Branch timeline, that's where I kind of ended it in my head.
Yeah, you know where it is, I guess, now,
Yeah.
and it's a little concerning at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's like, with that injury, of course, there's going to be more speculation. Like the Brian Branch timeline, okay, Brian gets back, Kirby gets back. Is Kirby staying back? You know, like, how does he feel? That's stuff people want to know. You know, it's
a lot more questions with Kirby.
A lot more.
For sure.
Let's get to break. Caleb, what do we got?
We could double up here. Booner, tell us about Mortgage Pros.
Hey, if you guys are looking for a career upgrade, check out Mortgage Pros. They are the #1 mortgage broker to work for in the entire state of Michigan. With 4.9 stars on Google and over 4,000 reviews, their reputation, it speaks for itself. So if you are looking for a new job, give Mortgage Pros in Troy a call. You see the number on the screen, 248-416-1361. That's Mortgage Pros. Let the pros handle it.
And then let me tell you about Buddy's Pizza. It doesn't get more Detroit than Buddy's Pizza. Right now, you could get 10% off your order of $50 or more for dine-in or carry-out by using the new promo code WWS26. That's WWS26. Buddy's is the original Detroit-style pizza, and they have been serving it up since 1946. With 20 locations across Michigan, there is always a Buddy's Pizza near you to cash in on this offer. Find a location near you or order at buddyspizza.com.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. 1's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All day IPA. Hop into easy.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face. New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in? Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
All right, we're excited to welcome Icon Auto Repair and Collision to the Woodward Sports family, guys. If you've been in an accident or your vehicle needs repairs, make sure you trust the team at Icon Auto Repairs and Collision. They have 3 convenient locations in the Metro Detroit area: Madison Heights, Shelby Township, and Pontiac. They've got you covered, guys. Go check them out. They offer free car loaners and even offer to pay your deductible. You can visit iconauto.com. It is the Icon that you can count on.
Let me tell you about our friends over at Supreme Lending. You got to trust the professionals, Chad and Chris over at Supreme Lending. They will take care of you. 99% close on time rate, 97% customer satisfaction score. All you got to do, very simple. When you're buying a home or refinancing, you throw Woodward Sports out there. You mention the name, and you'll receive up to $500 off your appraisal. To score the deal, call the numbers on your screen. Talk to Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending today. We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports, talking some Kirby Joseph. I know Dr. Clappencheeks was in there being the kumbaya, everyone call him now.
Shout out Dr. Clappencheeks.
Dr. Clappencheeks, he said, if Kirby doesn't want to get all the questions, maybe he could try answering the questions. That's a fair point.
Easier said
from
than
Dr.
If you don't want media putting you out there, then maybe you shouldn't be in the media doing all this.
Yeah, and by the way, repetitive questions happen in media. Like, it's not me going on media. That's a fact, and that's fine. That comes with the territory. Like, every player gets repetitive questions. Jared Goff gets them. Everyone gets them. Dan gets them. Everyone has to answer repeated questions. So it's not like, oh, it's just happening to Kirby. It happens across the board.
But then it's like, why do you keep asking? Like, no one's gonna be like, why the hell do you keep asking me that? No, you're like,
No,
I'll answer it a different way.
You do start to see like the snark.
Yeah,
though,
but like
along the
6
way.
months
Jared Goff
like
does it. Everybody.
2 years into the edge thing with Brad Holmes, right? Like 2 years into that, then he eventually was like, oh, they're like making jokes about it. But he was
I didn't think that was funny.
Brad Holmes was never. You what?
I didn't think that was funny.
No, you definitely did not.
No, I remember we had a
But people asked that like every week. People were like, people didn't want. There was fans that didn't want to hear the Edge question anymore. But like, it has to get asked, right? It's part of
that's what
the
it
territory.
is.
Yeah, I feel it.
Again, that's where it's like, hey, you make a lot of money to do this, right? Like that's part of it. The media is part of it.
It's the tug of war, man.
When do you guys think Gibbs is going to talk to the media if he's there? Like,
Oh no, he's not like out and about.
He'll talk
when
as
he's
soon
there.
as he signs, I'm sure.
No one in the media has seen Jahmyr Gibbs there. Just players have confirmed he's in the building.
Okay. Yeah.
So like he's doing meetings and stuff,
Enzo
but
was
he's
there,
not.
and
he was out on the field. Gibbs is not out on the field.
Yeah,
he's
Dave
staying in the
Burkett tweeted
facility
as well that he was there. So
yeah, he's just in the facility,
I
so
wonder
he's not around media.
I'm just throwing it out there. I wonder why he isn't on the field. Is because Bijan's on the field? Is it? And Bijan, I don't think he's getting asked questions.
I
like
think
that.
it's personal preference. I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to be out
maybe
there.
it's the thing that his agent.
I'm not saying
said
it's
to
like he's a
do,
bad
or-
guy for it. I'm just throwing.
No,
I'm
It's
curious.
probably what his agent kind of, hey, just do this.
Do not walk out there. It's a lion's den, dude.
Right.
Of no pun intended, but of reporters, don't do it.
I mean, it probably feels worse as like a player if you're out there and all these guys are running wind sprints and
Well,
you're
yeah,
just standing there.
oh,
it's like,
no.
The photo of Bijan when they were doing the running back stuff, he's just sitting there like.
Yeah.
By the way, the
Tough.
doc tweeted out an article about Kirby.
Uh-oh.
He said Detroit safeties Kirby Joseph addresses he will contribute this season for the Detroit Lions. Kirby quote tweeted it. Does anyone want to take guesses on what Kirby said?
I hate you, Doc.
No.
Something about his credential.
Nope. KG, you got anything?
Nah, I'm good.
He said, this honestly might be the most disrespectful tweet of all time.
Oh shit.
He hit Doc with the good boy. With clapping emotions. I have never in my life Wow, Doc.
Oh, that's tough.
I kind of feel bad.
Good boy is crazy.
Oh my.
That's
no,
crazy.
that's not real.
No, it's real. I'm looking at it.
Good boy is crazy.
Oh, that's tough.
That's so disrespectful.
Damn.
Wow.
That's so disrespectful. There's a level.
Yeah.
There's a line.
know.
That feels like
Doc
it.
is like that Arthur meme, just clenching the fist.
You're
dude.
right.
I know he's clenching that fist reading that tweet.
He just Doc quote tweeted it.
What'd he say?
He said, "There you go. We earned one of the best safeties in the NFL to read our stuff."
Oh, so like positive. He took the high road.
He took the high road.
Surprised
Full
with that
ones.
one.
Good boy is so crazy.
If someone,
though.
those are like borderline fighting words. I mean, if someone calls you good boy,
in a legit,
that's crazy.
It's like, nice job, little bro.
Yeah,
Right.
little bros. I mean, it's like
that's even worse than
good
little
boy.
Bro. Yeah, good boy is like no respect at all. Shit.
like Klotz and I hit each other with the good boy just to mess with each other and get each other riled
Right,
up.
just some random dude saying good girl or good boy.
Right. You call a black person boy, no fighting words. Yeah, you call me boy. Hey, it's up.
That's
fair.
insane.
Yeah, and Wade says Doc just got sunned. Well, we love the Doc, so can't wait. I mean, every week we're like, Doc, what shit you get into today? Every single Wednesday we'll ask him, so he'll address that. Let's. ETN says, Jeff, you got to use that in an argument when Boone starts rage baiting.
No, we have. I used to hit Jeff with the all the time.
He does it all the time.
That's one of my big ones. Is when we're in an
you know what he's been
argument.
calling me lately? Godson.
Godson.
He said, all right,
I
Godson.
think I'm the first one to hit the God because people will be like, yeah, few or son.
Godson is crazy.
So I hit him with the Godson.
That's a little disrespectful. You call Caleb Pizza Boy, you be on way.
Yeah, I'm just joking around, just with the boys, you know.
No, he's joking around, but yeah, he does.
That's hilarious.
When it comes from him, though, it's like
Godson. Come here, Godson.
I got you,
Godson.
I might start using that. I
just want to pinch his cheeks, man. You know, I can't get mad at him.
Yeah, I know. Booner is cute.
You just want to pinch his little cheeks,
especially when he talks Tigers.
Let's get to Tyreek Williams, shall we? So we did talk. He by the way, Tyreek Williams is not 200 pounds. He is not confirmed.
Hand up show.
He is not 200 pounds. He was almost 400 pounds in the offseason, and he actually came in. Dan said he came into OTAs heavy.
Yeah.
And he said it himself. Hand up show. Tyreek's a hand up guy. He was like, I'm gonna fix this before training camp. And he did. He got down to 325, which Dan said they want him at 325, which smells like nose tackle to me. All right, smells like nose tackle.
Are we relieved, though, now that he's not 200 pounds?
I think, like I said earlier in the show, I think it was like, it's crazy the fact that he was 375. But were we supposed to expect, when we said, by the way, he lost 50 pounds, he was at 275, were we supposed to expect he was almost at 400 pounds? Like,
no.
I don't think we were. I'm very relieved that the fact that he's 325, like that's the weight he should have been at. 325 for a defensive tackle, like especially him, where you like did need him at nose tackle. You got rid of Roy Lopez, DJ Reader. You had no one else in there. They just got rid of Jay Tufele. Like you're like when they got rid of Jay Tufele as well. I looked at Jeff. We were on the golf course with D-Mac and them, and I was like, they don't have nose tackle. They don't have no one in the inside. They got.
I think Tim Ford, he might have been the guy that showed up not in shape or failed the conditioning test.
No, he said he passed the conditioning test.
And they still cut him?
Oh, wait, Jay Tufele.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about, okay, Jay, maybe. Yeah, probably,
because he said one player didn't pass it, and I think it might have been
Yeah,
Jay
that's probably
Tufele.
it then.
Because you know how they're serious about that stuff. That's just my tinfoil hat. Just throwing it out there.
I wonder what the conditioning test is, by the way. I remember when I coached college basketball, they had conditioning tests, and you could not practice until you passed it, and it was like, you know, like the beep drill. There was like a set of like 5 different conditioning things that you had to pass to do it, and there were guys that took days to pass it.
Damn.
Yeah, Jay Tufele failed that theory. That's a theory of mine. But yeah, Tyreek. Let's play the video. We'll react to it. We'll talk about Tyreek this season because I think it changes again what to kind of expect. And also, Dan, we don't have the video, but I'll talk about it. He also did address DJ Reader and Roy Lopez leaving and how they're going to utilize those defensive tackles. But let's hear from Dan Campbell on that.
No, he came in. He noticed that he was a little bit heavy in the spring, came in 2 weeks before our program even started, and was pretty heavy, and said, hey, man, I want to get this right. And he put in the work. Scott did a hell of a job with him, nutritionist, all that, got him right. And then he's just put the work in. He's put the work in. And I'll tell you what, man, he's a man of his word. Came in 325, made his weight, crushed the conditioning test, and like I told the team, and so now he's put some money in the bank of trust. It's awesome and respect. So really fired up, man. That's a credit to him.
Caleb, you said that he was on the Caleb off-season plan.
Hot Pockets and beer. That's what he was on.
Hot Pockets and beer.
And pizza.
And pizza, too.
Hot Pockets, breakfast sandwiches, reheatables.
Yeah.
And then beer.
Who was the guy on the Lions recently who like gained a bunch of weight because he was like, I never had Jets pizza in my life, and my place was right next to
Roderick
Jets.
Martin.
Yeah.
Roger, he was like, I never knew what Jets was, and then I lived next to a Jets.
Speaking of which, is he still on the team?
No, I think he's like in the UFL.
Okay,
I think he's on the Raiders.
Oh, maybe he's on the Raiders. Oh, I'm thinking of
boy.
Who am I thinking of? Who's the big fellow that went to the Chiefs?
He won a Super Bowl for Bugs.
Isaiah Bugs, yeah, because Isaiah Bugs was
yeah.
actually playing for the UFL this year.
He's like dog fighting or some shit.
Yeah, something crazy.
Dog
fighting.
Yeah, abusing dogs.
Hey, I'm fired up though. The Ty League. Listen, I think that is a concern for defensive tackles. Tell me if I'm wrong, but like for defensive tackles, they can gain weight. They're big fellas, especially nose tackles, and you have to make sure, hey.
Offensive line too.
Offensive line, yeah, like there's a weight to maintain, right? And you have to stay in that kind of realm. Where a lot of offensive linemen too, it's kind of, I feel like it's the opposite for some, to where like they have to hit a certain amount of calories because you have to stay that size. Shout out Joey, by the way, he's got the 6 shirt on, but whoa!
I mean,
he's showing us his abs, man.
Right.
That's a Ty League Williams diet right
diet
there.
plan.
But yeah, like I just think it's big the fact that he's able to go in there and actually come in early and notice, hey, I got to get back in shape.
Yeah,
like, I got to make sure I'm at the right weight.
And Dan feels very, based on his comments about Roy and DJ leaving, I know we had questions about like what's going to go on with that nose tackle spot. I don't think the Lions are worried about it at all. He talked about, Tyleik and Aleem, them playing together. They're obviously fired up about what Tyleik's going to be, and I am too. I think Tyleik's going to be a really good player. We talk about the physical gifts he has at his size, even now, 325, where he should be playing. He's obviously very good. We saw him at Ohio State playing against pretty good teams. Very, very good. Very good run stuffer. Someone who pass rush, could use some work, but he's very athletic, very underrated, by the way, athletic for his size. I have no worries about him. Like I'm fired up about him. I'm fired up about him and Aleem playing together. He also threw out like Levi Onwuzurike. They got out there. He could play a little defensive tackle.
I keep forgetting
too.
about Levi. Man.
So they feel pretty good about who they have in the room, and if they're willing to let Roy walk and DJ Reader go, they feel very good about what Tyleik can do at nose tackle. So those two together are going to be really good.
He also was asked about Tyleik. I don't know if you heard it, Jeff, but he actually they followed up on it like, hey, where do you see his role kind of fitting this year? And he did say like they like what they've seen so far. Obviously, it's day 2 and they have had OTAs. That he's going to potentially this year, because remember last year they took snaps away from Tyleik. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
He got snaps taken away because Roy Lopez was doing so well, and like Tyleik wasn't out there on third downs. Dan did mention today, he was like, we think he's progressing very well, and that like our goal is to hopefully start getting him in on those third downs and getting him in on some of these packages and more snaps. So
yeah.
I think that's a positive to hear, especially for a first-round pick in year 2.
About to put him on the edge, like they did last year with Aleem. Put Tyleik on the edge, just like they did with Aleem.
By the way, Weezy D said Booner's not excited for Aleem. He wants him to fail so he can be right. I would love to be wrong about Aleem.
Yeah, it's good for the Lions if you're wrong.
Yeah. And again, we could argue about this again.
No,
I still think Aleem at his best is very good. So I don't know what I would be wrong on. I would just more so be, hey, like I knew how good the guy is. Just want to see it. Thank you. That's it. I would love for Aleem and Tyleik to both be like Pro Bowlers. That would be incredible.
Yeah, I mean that would make your defensive line one of the best defensive lines in football. If you have Aleem McNeil, Tyleik taking a step that we want him to, and then Aiden Hutchinson, and then whoever kind of is that other edge. But yeah, I'm excited for Tyleik at the nose tackle position. And kind of to your guys' point, I think I like his upside, not necessarily as like a pass rusher.
Yeah.
But I think he does have the ability to get to the quarterback, and that's one of my favorite positions in football. That's why that a really good Aleem McNeil season we saw was really awesome, because getting pressure from the 3 tech, that's really, really important. That closes the pocket for a quarterback. So if we can get that out of Tyleik and Aleem McNeil, that's going to be huge for this Detroit Lions defense.
Yeah, Tyleik will be one who will demand a double team. He's going to be at times a guy who demands a double team. He's too big. He's too big. And I think they feel, and again, I'm just assuming, but I do think Dan feels very good about this D-line. I think he likes it, a lot. I think they feel really good about it because he talked about it today, how they have to be good because, help out the guys on the back end. Obviously, the back end of the defense, nobody feels really good about, but that front they got, that defensive front with Aiden, Aleem, Tyleik, Derek Moore, DJ Wanham, whoever's lining up, I think they feel very good. And I do think Aleem and Tyleik, those two, including the backers with Jack, because we know how great Jack is as a run-defending linebacker, Like, Tyleek and Aleem together are going to help this unit be one of the best rushing defenses in the NFL. They're going to get back to what they were years ago. Yeah. And like I said, Jack Campbell helping out with that. Aiden, of course, we'll see DJ Wanham, who's a much improved run defender than AQM. Like that, the run defensive questions that we had last year, I think are going to be gone. I think they're going to be a very good run defense because they have to. You have to find an identity if you're this Detroit Lions defense. Last year they did not have one because throughout the season, whether it was injuries or whatever, they just weren't able to establish an identity. I think this defense gets back to having an identity and getting back to being an elite run defense.
Yeah.
And I think Tyleek and Aleem will be a huge part of that.
Now, in terms of rushing the passer, that's where I worry about this front seven. But
that's another question they have to answer.
Yeah. I do think, by the way, like you had, in my opinion, like obviously to win a Super Bowl, you have to have a good defense. I think it just starts with the D line. Look at like the Super Bowl winners the last few years. Their defense,
really good D line.
Their D line is it, and I do think like the ceiling of the Detroit Lions D line with what they've added and kind of what they have. If everyone stays healthy, and these guys take the jumps, and you get Aleem back to where he was when he was at his best. Tyleek takes a jump. You know, everyone that you named, Jeff, Levi, like we can keep going down the list. I think you could, like to Caleb's point, you can have one of the better D lines in the NFL, in the NFC. But you have to get to that level. And that's why, like, defensively, the secondary could be nothing, right? But if you have a good D line, that helps them out a lot. It does. And that could really kind of catapult your defense into that top 15 that you want. And it could be from this D line. And I know the conversation is the secondary, the corners, all that. That kind of all just gets shut down if this D line lives up to expectations.
Absolutely.
So that's why, like, I'm worried about the defense. Yeah, I think it's a big question mark. But when I say this team can contend and I like where they're at, and the reason I have them in the top 10 of my power rankings is because if this D line gets there, guys, and the linebacking core, that front seven that's a good front seven.
Yeah, it's a really good front seven. And back to the pass rush for a second. If Tyleek and Aleem command these double teams, kind of like we expect them to do if they take the jump, if Aleem gets back healthy and Tyleek takes the jump that we want, there is no excuse for Aiden Hutchinson if he's going to get a lot of one-on-ones. There's no excuse that he can't turn there. He has to turn in to that game-wrecking type. I mean, he is obviously one of the best edge rushers in football, but in my opinion, and I don't know if people would agree because he's a Michigan man, and I know a lot of people love Aiden Hutchinson. I do as well, but he hasn't been like that game-wrecking edge rusher like these top-end edge rushers are, and there's going to be no excuse for him if he's getting those one-on-ones on the outside. If Tyleek and Lee McNeil are getting double-teamed.
Yeah, Personally, I think people are underestimating the impact of a great Aleem McNeil in a really good Tyleek Williams this year for Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah. Like, if those two are playing at an elite level, they're going to command double teams. Aiden is already going to get double teamed at times. I understand that too. Like, he's going to demand a lot of attention. But if Tyleek and Aleem are playing at a high level, Aiden's going to benefit. Derek Moore, DJ Wanham's going to benefit. And I just think those two together are going to be a big, big reason this run defense gets back on track. So, and we saw this years ago with prior Lions teams. They didn't have great defenses, but they stopped the run. They made offenses one-dimensional, and you have to be opportunistic and get turnovers. So I think there are reasons to be excited about this D-line. It's just, can it come to fruition, which we will see.
If those guys are good, too, by the way, like it helps your rookie edge rusher, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Significantly.
Yeah. He's going to get a lot of one-on-ones, man. Derek Moore, DJ Moore, they're going to get a lot of one-on-ones, those guys. So,
by the way, small breaking news, Ife Melifonwu, 1-year deal with the Bucks.
Shout out Iffy. It's going back.
That was 23 hours ago.
So
kind of breaking.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad. Just give that guy a flyer to come back. Come over here, just play a little bit. You know what I mean? We'll see what you got. But no, it's over. Let's take a break. We come back. We'll talk about the NFC North because Bad McAfee show.
Disrespecting again.
They had a segment on the NFC North, and not a single person but our guy Foxy picked the Lions. So let's talk about this division.
They secretly don't.
And they picked the team you're not going to want to believe who it is. Or you're not going to believe who it is. Shocking. What do we got, Caleb?
KG, tell us about Mad Packs.
I will tell them about Mad Packs, and maybe that's what McAfee and them is on, the Mad Packs, man, because, listen, they got the new gummy bags in for all of my edible people out there. They got the Boom Shakalaka 200 milligram hash rosin gummies and the Hilo 200 milligram live resin gummies, along with the Mad Packs extracts, Blizzard packs, flour, and pre-rolls. Whatever products you need, they got you covered. So go to getmadpacks.com. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs.
has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
All right, nothing beats Tigers baseball like some great food and an ice-cold drink. Join us for the Detroit Tigers watch party on Thursday, August 6th, guys, as the Tigers take on the Seattle Mariners. Come to Art & Jake's, guys. We're going to all be there. We're going to be streaming. We'll be live at the Washington Township Art & Jake's location starting at 4:10 p.m. for all of the action. Plus, you have to be there for a chance to win Tigers tickets, courtesy of Founders Brewing Company. We'll be giving away 2 sets of 2 tickets during the watch party. You don't want to miss out. It's Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. Let's get into it. So, Pat McAfee had a segment where they picked the NFC North. Who would win it? Dan Orlovsky was on. Dan said the Packers. Dan Orlovsky said the Packers. Pretty much everyone said the Packers except D-Butt. He said the Bears. And then Foxy came out. It was kind of defending the Lions a little bit. So, shout out to Foxy. But everybody's rocking with the Packers, essentially, overwhelmingly. I mean, I get Ty would pick the Packers, but, like, everyone was rocking
Everyone
with the
did.
Packers.
Dan O, like, everyone. The only one that didn't was D-Butt, and he picked the Bears. So that was shocking.
And that's...
I even understand the Bears more.
I understand the Bears more. What's shocking to me is that not one person said, like, they didn't even have the conversation about the Lions until they went to Foxy.
Bro, they don't care.
And Foxy was the only one. But, like, I don't know how you don't look at this team and look at the schedule and just be like, hey, this is they should win the NFC North. There's a reason they're favorites, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason they're plus 200 to win it all, or plus 190, whatever it is. It's because of the schedule and the roster they have.
Yeah, they banking on the Lions failing again, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't get I really, honestly, guys, maybe it's me. I just don't see the like they were like boosting up Jordan Love, and like Ty was like, Jordan Love, they're gonna take the handcuffs off him. Like they did that 3 years ago.
Take the handcuffs off.
They literally did that 3 years ago.
Bro, he's been a starter for 3 years now.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Take
honestly,
the cuffs off is crazy.
Yeah, okay. I'll say this, like, this NFC North division has got teams that are kind of around the same tier. I think the Vikings are going to be not as good as some people think they were going to be. I've been consistent with that, but like Packers, Bears, Lions, I think they're kind of. I would take the Lions obviously out of all those teams, but I don't think it's too far off. I don't think anyone in the NFC North can win the Super Bowl, so I've been consistent with that.
Yeah.
But what I will say though, if we're just looking at this thing straight up in the division, analyzing each team, I think the Bears are going to be good this year. But the reason I'd pick the Lions, and the simple fact of why I would pick the Lions, is they have the best offense by a landslide.
Yes.
And defensively, yeah, they don't have the best defense in the NFC North, but I don't think there's any team in the NFC North that would be like, oh, hey, that defense is going to be incredible. Maybe the Vikings they're going to be good again, but I just have more concerns about what Kyler Murray is at quarterback. But the Bears, that defense, they still got to show they could be a really good unit. The Packers, they're not going to have Micah Parsons for a while. And, you know, the Packers, they do always have a pretty good – but they have a new DC now with Jonathan Gannon. He has to go out there and kind of prove he can get back to what he did with the Eagles. So there are some questions. But that Packers offense is really concerning. Like, Jordan Love is a good quarterback. He's not consistent, but who's going to be the number one wide receiver this year? Like Christian Watson?
That's
Again,
it.
he
I don't
never
even know
stays healthy. I like Jaden Reed.
They lost Romeo Dobbs.
But Jaden Reed is no more than a 2 in this league, and I'm sick of hearing this.
He has
Matthew
his
Golden
downs are down. Oh,
was MIA
Matthew Golden,
last year. Just didn't really
and
do
Matt
anything.
Golden, he's okay.
I think people are expecting Matthew Golden to take a jump. Like that's where I think a lot of those Packers fans and a lot of people are. They think that he's going to take a jump. And honestly, you want to know where I actually I kind of agree with it, and I'll be honest with this. They did bring Gannon in as the DC. I can see why they think that they're going to have a really good
But here's
defense.
the counterpoint to this. Like, okay, Pat, D-Butt, Dano, Ty. The Lions, the fact of the matter is the Lions have the most top 10 players according to coaches, executives, and scouts. They have the highest number. So if we're going off talent, the Lions are the most talented team. There's no question.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, we would say we could talk about the head coaches in the NFC North, still a good head coach.
Yeah.
Drew Petzing, it's kind of the Jonathan Gannon thing where you're like, all right, like we know he can be good. We got to see it. I get all that. They have a bunch of talent. But like the Lions are the most stacked team in terms of talent.
Yeah.
And their schedule is a cupcake.
It's literally Sharp Football put out they have the easiest schedule in the NFL.
Yeah.
So why it's like it's a layup that like there's a reason the Lions are favored. They're favorites according to Vegas,
Yes,
correct?
yeah.
Yeah, I would take the Lions to win.
I think it goes the Lions, the Packers, Bears, Vikings.
It might be a game difference between like maybe the Packers, Bears, Lions, or something like that. Maybe a game or two. I don't think it's going to be like a massive difference. Maybe the Lions win 12. Next team is like 10 or 11. But yeah, I would think the Lions with this schedule will be the best team in the NFC North, and they will win this division.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about it.
I could 100% see the argument for the Bears. I can't see an argument for obviously the Vikings, and I don't see an argument for the Packers because one thing I will say is I do think Matthew Golden will take a step, but I think Packers fans are more relying on Christian Watson, who they just extended, to stay healthy, which he's never done.
Never.
And then you look at their offensive line. They didn't do anything to improve their offensive line in the offseason. You look at their defense. They got Zaire Franklin. They extended Devontae Wyatt, and they got Javon Hargrave. Yeah, those are nice pieces, but it's like you traded away Rashawn Gary. Like, they didn't really do anything this offseason to legitimately improve their team and make themselves, even not in the conversation to win the NFC North, but to do anything to make them
to
the
separate
favorite.
themselves.
Yeah, to separate
And by the way, I would understand if they were coming off a year where they won the NFC North and they dominated with what they have, because they haven't won the NFC North in over 4 years, since 2022. Or no, since 2021. Sorry.
Yeah.
Since 2021, they have not won the NFC North. They finished third in 22, second, third, and second. And they've lost in the playoffs every year.
Yep.
So it's like, to me, and like you went 9-7 last year. The Lions went, or 9-7-1. Sorry, Lions went 9-8, and the Lions also got better, right? Like, what's the one thing the Lions needed to fix this offseason?
O-line.
Needed a run game and an O-line.
Yep.
What did they do? Fixed it. So you're talking about a Lions team that went 9-8, and a Packers team that went 9-7-1. Basically the same. Just because the Lions finished last at 9-8 in the division, you're just not going to give them the credit. Thinking about that, like the Lions also got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like, typically for me, I like to lean with, if we're talking division winners, a recipe I like to go with is usually head coach, quarterback. And then, some things can happen, of course, but that's usually the teams I look at.
Yeah. And
Lions, Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, I feel better about those two. And even I'll give the Bears, you call me Bear Slappy, but Ben and Caleb I like better than LaFleur and Love.
Of course.
Or Kevin O'Connell is a great coach, and Kyler Murray.
Right.
I usually tend to lean quarterback there.
They have the best coach and quarterback in the North. It's no discussion.
For sure. By the way, too,
No
you guys want to know something crazy? Like Matt LaFleur with Aaron Rodgers won 3 straight divisions.
Yeah.
Since he's gotten Jordan Love, hasn't won one.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's shocking.
It's like
it's you put it on the table and you go, hey, can he win with him? I don't know. And that's why I love Easy. The Easy's out there putting it out there. Oh, Jordan Love's underrated. All this, guys know he's not underrated.
Yeah,
he's fairly rated.
He's a streaky.
He's right where he should be. He's a
like you said,
streaky
his
quarterback.
highs are high, his lows are very.
And
fucking
he
low.
loses games too.
Yes.
And when he's low, he's losing games. Right, he goes on those losing streaks. They lose 3 or 4, 4 or 5. Guess what that does? Puts you out of the division. That's
And
what it
who's
does.
he throwing to besides Tucker Kraft?
And Tucker Kraft's coming off an ACL too.
Yeah, who else is he throwing the ball to?
I don't know. I can't get around this whole Packers thing, man. I really can't. And it honestly, it rubs me the wrong way, like turning on a national show and all these guys being like, Packers, 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 Packers.
Yeah, well,
and they're like, well, they get Micah Parsons back in week 6. Okay, and?
Right.
I just
awesome.
looked. There's, I think Jordan Love last year had 8 games where he had 1 or 0 passing touchdowns.
He's never, by the way, pull up his. Are you looking at last year and the year before? Go to 2024 too. How many games did he have over 275 passing yards? In 24.
So he has one.
But he's an underrated quarterback.
Yeah, he did. He went crazy against the Vikings. That's it.
Oh yeah,
just one game in 2024 where he had over 275
in 2024.
A league where you have to pass the ball.
That was crazy. I was like, I was expecting at least.
How about 2025? Let's even do 2025. 275 or more. How many? What,
1,
4?
2,
and this is including playoffs too, by the way. I think
4.
4 out of how many games did they play in the playoffs too?
Oh. 5 including playoffs.
5 out of 18 games. Sick, dude.
Yeah.
How good are you?
He did play well against the Bears in the playoffs, but that's
and they lost.
He did play well there, but
a little lead.
Yeah, they did. So,
So yeah, just shocking to me that like people put their name like Dan Orlovsky, the quarterback guru, which I think he is. He's my guy.
I'd rock with him, but he never.
What's he picking Jordan Love in the Packers for, man?
If Matt was here, he'd be showing us love. I think that's his boy.
For sure.
If Matt was here, he'd be picking the Lions, which I would understand why. By the way, Stafford is a really good quarterback, but come on, Dan.
Give us something.
Dan-O.
Nobody spoke up except Foxy, and you expect that from Foxy.
Yeah. Foxy was spitting facts, too.
And you know what Foxy said? He was like, I love that you guys just did this. He's like, I'm clipping it and send it to that locker room. And you guys just did that.
Maybe it is better the Lions are in the hunted or the hunter position.
Yes.
Remember what I said last year in the offseason? I said I would rather have them like. Remember I kept saying like, can we just stop talking Super Bowl? Because every time we've talked Super Bowl and they're all like Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They end up just choking. Like let's get back in where it's we're chasing.
That's what happens also when you don't make the playoffs after being the number 1 seed.
I would prefer to be hunted.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. There's no doubt I would prefer being hunted, but maybe it's a good thing for them this year. Let's go to break. We come back. We'll talk some Max Clark. We'll talk some Tigers. We got to mention it. He got called up. Reinforcements.
I've got questions.
Oh, so we just going to ignore that shit yesterday. Huh?
I have questions.
No,
I have questions.
That was bad.
I have questions.
What do we got, Caleb?
Tell us about Yaldo.
I'll tell you about Yaldo, man.
Because if you think the Tigers make the playoffs.
Yeah, I was going to say KG.
Boy, let me tell you. You might have to get the ass checked.
Yesterday was brutal. But if you're tired of fumbling your glasses or contacts, 2 things that are an absolute hassle, just like it is to sometimes watch this Tigers team, then go visit the professionals at Aldo Eye Center. 30 years of experience, 100,000 procedures. They are the trusted experts in their LASIK eye surgery. Completely painless. Takes just 8 minutes. And the recovery is so fast, most patients are seeing 20/20 the very next day. Take advantage of the promotion they got going on right now. Just $1,699 per eye. It's a one-time investment. Save you a lot of money for the foreseeable future. Wake up with clear vision. Book your consultation with the Aldo Eye Center at yaldoeyecenter.com/1699.
Neil Rule and Sean Belizean wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. 2 Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in? Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Jahmyr Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
Tell us about Loom, KG.
Yes. I will tell the people about Loom Cannabis. You can tell I'm ready for that Loom right now. But shout out to them and their new Buzzin' Energy drink. Still the same buzzins that you love, 7.5 milligrams of pure THC, but they have paired that with 100 milligrams of caffeine from green tea extract, but it's the real stuff. No artificial sweeteners, light and bold in flavor and light in calories, and built for the long summer days and nights. You can get it in peach and raspberry lemonade, and it's also available at all 40 locations across the state of Michigan. You can learn more by going to loom.com, and of course you still get 30% off your entire order online or in store. Just use code WSN30 at checkout. Why wouldn't you?
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. More to get to. Max Clark got called up really this morning. I mean, driving into work, I saw the notification. Max Clark is with this Detroit Tigers team. And now, yesterday was brutal to see that. Tarek Skubal, obviously massive accomplishment for him.
Yep.
And you knew that thing was going to get wrapped up quick. Too.
Yeah,
like,
very quick.
You knew that thing was going to get sealed quick. But what I will say, too, is another angle to this whole thing, and I think we should mention it, Jeff Passan, what he said, he was on air and said that he believes Tarek will get traded in the next day or two. He did add context to that, it's not something the Tigers are like actively telling teams, but the feeling is that Tarek Skubal will be dealt in maybe the coming days.
Yeah. He didn't say maybe. He said is going to be dealt, was his exact quote. And that's interesting. I think the timeline of everything is interesting. Of course, after a loss like yesterday, it becomes once again that thing of, okay, you look at the road ahead and you just wonder, is it really worth it to hold on to Tarek Skubal at this point? And I think it's clear, like it's a clear no. I know D-Mac was at the game yesterday. He said it kind of had that feeling as if you were watching Tarek Skubal pitch for the last time. I know Tarek kind of, argued to stay on the mound and all that. It was a crazy just set of circumstances. But overall, the Tigers look at this thing, and you're still, 4 games back, Caleb? How many games back are they?
Yeah, and the wild card, I think they're like 4 games.
Yeah, 4 games back. You still a lot of games under 500, and the trade deadline is Monday. So I think that you have to have your mind made up at this point, and I think the smartest thing is to trade him for as many assets that you can get. But me personally, if you trade him, I feel like you got to just blow this whole thing up.
And I'm fired up about Max Clark too, man. Like,
for sure.
Why though are you bringing Max Clark up if you're selling?
Well, this could this be like
are they actually gonna because this is the thing, by the way. This is the whole thing. People like the report is Skubal's gone, right? If you watch the video, Jeff Passan doesn't say, hey, he is for sure, he says, he essentially is saying, hey, Scott Harris hasn't told any teams he's trading Tarek Skubal, but based off of the last weekend of games, the last 2 series, and the way yesterday's game went, Skubal's going to be traded in the next day or two. Nobody, that report, by the way, did not come from, hey, Scott Harris, I'm selling Skubal, or a team being like, we're in talks with the Tigers about Skubal. Nobody has that report. Like, if we watch the Jeff Passan video, it wasn't. He said it. He's getting traded. He said he's going to get traded in the next day or two. But he didn't. He literally said, teams have told me that Scott Harris hasn't reached out about Skubal. Like, that was also in the video. So, to me, I get it. But, how do we know Scott Harris?
Speculating.
I think that was a speculation. When you watch the video, can we play the video? Are we allowed to? Can we do a 3-cam, Caleb? Could you have the Jeff Passan video? Because, if you guys hear what he said, it's not literally of him being straight up hey, Scott Harris said he's selling.
Yeah.
We see GMs a lot come out and say, this is what I'm doing. This is what's on the table. This is our plan.
Yeah.
Scott Harris hasn't done that.
Yeah.
No one knows. This report is not from Scott Harris. It's not from anyone in Detroit. He literally in the video says teams have not spoken with Scott Harris, and Scott has not told them that he is available right now. So that's where I start to question, where I hear that, and then also I hear, Max Clark's getting pulled up. Are they trying to really, they let Jake Rogers go, they bring Valencia up? Are they trying to make a push they see what Baez is doing, where they actually are going to go buy, and they're not moving on from Skubal? I'm not saying what I think they should do. I think, honestly, at the end of the day, I'll say hand up, they probably should just sell everything.
I get what you're saying.
I'm with it. I'll say this, by the way. I looked at my betting account last night to see what the cash out was for the Tigers to make the playoffs. I looked at it. I almost clicked cash out. I was so close to doing it last night after that game.
You probably should have done it.
Maybe I should have. I still can, so maybe I will still. But it hits me when I watch this video. I'm just we can all sit here and be like, sell Skubal, do this, do that. I have no faith in Scott Harris to actually do the right thing. Zero.
Yeah.
So, like, what makes us think that that's going to happen? Especially, do we have the video, Caleb?
Yeah.
Especially with the video, like, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but, like, his report, everyone's putting it out there. It doesn't straight up say, like, I was told by Scott Harris or I was told by teams that we are in legit talks to trade for Tarek Skubal. It's like the opposite of that, it feels like. So, like, what makes me think that Scott Harris is actually going to do the right thing?
Yeah, we have the video. You want it?
Yeah, we have to do three.
Yeah,
I got it. We got it.
And Jeff, you said we'd know by end of month whether Tarek Skubal will remain a Tiger. That was Skubal's last start before the deadline, so should he start packing boxes? Come on.
Yeah, Tarek Skubal's going to be traded. The Tigers haven't gone to teams that are interested in him and said as much at this point, but the expectation is that's going to happen within the next day or two. And frankly,
Scott Harris
everyone
reached
has
out,
been
though.
expecting it. When you see how the Tigers have played recently,
speculated.
and certainly their game Wednesday was a perfect encapsulation of their season. They understood that they needed to go on a really big run in order to have
Yeah, I mean, it's a speculation. That's what I'm saying. Like, the report got put out there. He is he said he's going to get traded. No one told Jeff Passan that. He's doing what I do.
Why would Scott Harris be the one reaching out, though? Other teams, I'm sure, is blowing.
Why would be? Because he should be selling.
Yeah, but
like, if you're the GM and you want to get your guy out, you should be being like.
You don't have to get out the best pitcher in baseball. Teams are going to.
But you don't have to. But it goes both ways, though. Like, he's that's a speculation, KG. That isn't. There's no getting around that. Like, that's just him being like, hey, I'm going to connect the dots.
I'm curious. If you're Scott Harris, if you come out and you're it's pretty public that you're trading him. I know there's still going to be a bidding war per se.
Yeah.
But does the value decrease over maybe you being like, we actually are thinking about keeping him, and the team has to pry him away?
That's what.
So maybe that's where, like, I hate even doing this. I'm not trying to defend Scott Harris, but I do.
Maybe that's it.
From a trade standpoint, business standpoint, I think it's better to be like, we could keep him.
Yeah.
But you got to offer me, even though in his mind he's like, we got to trade this guy.
But that again, that's not like hey, I have this. They're going to do it.
Get that.
And that's where I think yesterday it went all on social media, like, or the last night and this morning, where it's like, really, like, I watched the video this morning when I woke up. I was like, oh my gosh, like, it's happening. And then I watched the video and I go, as someone in the media, I'm like, no, like, and knowing Scott Harris, there's still a 50% chance the guy's in Detroit next Tuesday.
But if Jeff Passan came out and was like, he's getting dealt, it's been confirmed, I think that's when you lose a little bit of leverage.
No, a little bit.
Because then it's like, well, he's getting dealt regardless. But now it's kind of like teams have to really offer you something you can't refuse.
Right.
Even if Scott Harris already knows he's going to trade him.
And Passan went on air yesterday, and he had a list of teams that are kind of in the running for Skubal right now. And, the Dodgers being the biggest one. He also said, like, league-wide, it's kind of, like, considered that the Dodgers would probably be the team to land him because of all the assets that they have. But he also brought up the Brewers. He brought up the Braves. He brought up the Tampa Bay Rays. And I forget the fifth team that he brought up. But either way, there's clearly
Cubs,
a
maybe?
line of teams. Yeah, I think it was the Cubs. I can't remember. But there's a line of teams already kind of, already forecasted to be in on the Skubal sweepstakes.
It's just so weird that the reports do, like, throughout the week is like Scott Harris, like, they want to, like, remember 3 days ago it was they want to trade Skubal, but they don't know if they can because and I'm guessing when they said they don't know if they can is because they want a specific package.
Yeah.
And they don't know if a team's going to be able to give them that package.
Because he's asking for the world.
I think I'm honestly this is, and you could call me crazy. I think there is a high likelihood he's dealt. Like
I do too. I think after last night, if they won last night, I think he stays. I actually do. I truly believe if they hold that 7-0 lead yesterday, and what did I say, boys, going into the Orioles series, win 2 or 3, and then set yourself up. You lost. I mean, you've lost. You're 3-4 in your last 2 series.
Yes.
Like you're under 500 the last 2 series. If you were able to yesterday get one back and win that game and hold that off, then yeah, I think you can make an argument if you wanted to. But the way you lost and your bullpen blowing a 7-0 lead.
Who do you trust in that pen right now?
You can't, like, like, guys, I'll stand up for the Tigers. I did all year. I can't stand up for last night. What am I supposed to say? Yeah, okay, that was awesome. You still have school. No.
You can't lose that game.
Like, yeah, you have a lot of good players on this roster, and you do when you're at your best, you're a good team. That bullpen sucks, dude. That's so bad. There's guys that just constantly get thrown out of there from the bullpen. I've never seen in my life. Is it Troy Summers? Is that his name? Or
Drew Summers.
Drew Summers. Last week was the first time I've ever seen the guy.
Well, he's been around.
To me, it's like I see him. I think he's maybe just Tarek Skubal.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
big Tarek Skubal. We were talking about that yesterday. I said Drew Summers is literally just Tarek Skubal at 40 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, that might be a little bit disrespectful.
I
mean,
mean,
I've been
these guys stink, dude. We're talking about disrespectful. If I stink at my job, please be disrespectful. Fans do it anyways. Like, I'll take the I'm going to be disrespectful. Yeah. You blew a 7-0 lead. There's like a stat that's like this bullpen has blown like over 20 leads after the 7th inning.
25 games.
25 after the 7th inning. Dude, you say 5 of those, you're 500. You don't have to have this conversation about selling at the deadline. There is no being disrespectful for this bullpen. They're trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone. They suck.
I can't think of, and no disrespect, but I can't think of another word to use. If Scott Harris doesn't trade Tarek Skubal, it's completely idiotic because he honestly put himself in a pretty good situation to trade him. To your point, Jeff, is the reason he's not throwing out there that he wants to trade him is because he wants the prices to raise so teams are going to be more aggressive? Yeah, I think that's what it is. And KG, those teams you brought up, Brewers, Dodgers, what is the common denominator for those two teams? They have probably the 1 and 2 best farm systems
no doubt.
in all of baseball. So if you have those two teams fighting against each other to get Tarek Skubal, the price is going to raise and raise and raise. And I don't think we're going to necessarily get the number 1 prospect from either team in Meta or I can't remember the Dodgers' number 1 prospect, but he's unbelievable. I don't think we'll get them.
Yeah.
But
it's
the
like
price,
an outfielder, right?
Yes, but Booner, I know I said, a month or two ago, I don't think we're getting a huge package for Skubal, but considering it's probably going to be the Brewers and the Dodgers coming down to the finish line to trade for Skubal, I think this is going to be a pretty big package, and Scott Harris set himself up for this, and if he doesn't trade him, it is completely idiotic and a fireable offense. He should leave the Tigers organization.
Yeah, but I think he knows that. He's well aware of that. That's why I think he's gone. Like Tarek Skubal's gone.
Well, I'd hope so, right?
Yeah, because he knows. You don't think this he knows what it is. If you keep Tarek Skubal, how people are going to feel. And honestly, like screw the comp pick stuff. Like I'll take the prospects. Give me a couple hits at it.
Oh, dude, especially like the Dodgers. Some of the Dodgers guys that they have.
Give me top prospect. At least I have a known, or at least more of a known, not complete known, but more of. We saw how this has worked in the past with prospects. But I have more of than a draft pick, a comp pick that we have no clue who's it going to be, who's going to be there, how's the draft's going to fall. At least with these prospects, you kind of have an idea.
You know what's good about this too. Before we go to mailbag, I know we got to do that. I just want to. Last thing I'll say is when you do get these prospects, like. If I'm Scott Harris, I'm just trying to get guys that next year can stay. Like if there is baseball next year, you get prospects that are almost ready to go.
Yeah.
And so next year, like because you can sell this year, and you can be ready and compete next year.
That's what I've been saying.
Because your team is good enough. Like you have guys on this roster from top down. Like Troy Melton, he's going to be your ace next year if you get rid of Skubal. Like he's that good, and you have dudes on this roster to where realistically, like. If you're going to sell, just make sure you sell for guys that not guys that you have to wait 4 years for. Some dudes that are ready to go right now, and next year you can bring them up, and you're trying to make the playoffs next year, and you package it that way. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I don't know. I haven't cashed out for my playoff bet yet because I don't want to accept the fact, but I've considered it.
Let's take a break. We come back. We'll get to mailbag. Drop those mailbag questions to close out the show. Caleb, what do we have?
We got amnesia.
Let me tell the people about Amnesia, because you definitely need that if you're watching this Tigers team right now. What are they going to do? But Amnesia is proud to be available at all of the top dispensaries across Michigan with multiple products for adults 21 and up. Their newest launch is the Switch. It's a 2-gram dual chamber disposable featuring liquid diamonds, and with 2 chambers and 2 different flavor profiles, you can enjoy the left, you can enjoy the right, or bring them all together in the middle and make sure you get high the right way. But discover your new favorite with the Switch by Amnesia.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Y'all know the slogan by now, smoke like royalty. And of course, I'm talking about Gold Crown and their newest product, not really new, been around for a little bit, the Royal Jesters. And I'm talking 1.5 grams each, and they are all quad infused, which means keef coated, live resin infused, THCA, diamonds, and terpenes, all packed into 4 layers of absolute goodness, man. You will get high with these products. Michigan made, top tier, no shortcuts. Next time you hit the dispo, don't think, just ask for the Royal Jesters, because if you're gonna smoke, remember, smoke like royalty.
If you're looking to take your relaxation to the next level, visit Massage Share House in Bloomfield Hills, the largest massage share room in the Midwest. They feature top brands like Infinity and Osaki. They are a destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc and creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at the Wellness Doc. Book your visit today at MassageShareHouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Massage Share House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. More to get to. Mailbag.
Yes.
Drop those mailbag questions, and we'll close out the show with that. I know there was a couple that kind of trickled through last segment that I want to make sure I hit here. The DJ CI says,
yep.
Mailbag, what is a dark horse reason or player the Lions will win the Super Bowl?
Dark horse player or reason? It would have to be like
Derek Barnes.
DJ Reed. I don't know.
I'll say Derek Barnes.
Derek Barnes, yeah. I guess Derek Barnes is actually a good one. I think it just has to be someone in that secondary.
Yeah.
You need someone to step up in that secondary, take a step.
What about a Lee McNeil, boo?
How about
Rock
this?
Ya
Yeah. What if you're
Ennis Rakestraw?
What if your D-line is actually dominant and sacks the quarterback a lot?
Then that's good, but
I like Ennis Rakestraw.
Because that's going to help your secondary.
If Rakestraw ends up being good, oof.
By the way, we have a super chat we didn't get to, too. Is it just Freddie, or do we have anyone else? I'm going to read Freddie.
I think it's just Freddie.
Yeah.
Okay. Freddie, appreciate the $2, brother. He says, you don't stink, Boone. Mike Valenti, though. Hey, I like Mike Valenti.
Hey, I like him, too.
I do, too. Freddie, I know
he gets on my nerves sometimes.
Yeah,
he's good at what he does.
He's good at what he does, and I appreciate, Freddie, you even put me in the same conversation as him, because he's great at what he does. I did see people in the chat being like, he would never say that stuff to the players' faces. Do you guys remember when he pressed Stan Van Gundy?
Yeah.
He will.
Bro, he got the Lions taken off in 97-1 for like 5 years.
Yeah, he'll say it to anyone.
He will say it.
I think
he's actually nicer now. He's a lot more tame now.
Well, I just remember that video and that clip of him and Stan Van Gundy, and I was like,
yeah, bro.
Respect.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I would.
Let's see here.
Zach Soap, you all good. I see you keep posting that. You all good, bro.
What happened with him?
He had a super chat this morning that we almost didn't read, but I caught it at the last.
There we go.
Shout out. It's all good. He was on my ass, though, the whole time in the chat.
Will I am mailbag. Do you think a lot of fans will turn on the Tigers because of Skubal being traded? Do you remember the Verlander trade and how they made the Tigers collapse during that time?
As long as it's a good trade, though.
Yeah, we can't keep going back to that, y'all.
But like those trades of that, what was it? Just Jake Rogers as you got out of it?
Essentially, yeah.
So as long as it's a good trade, if you're a Tigers fan, you know what you need, and you know kind of where we're at.
I get living in the past and, that kind of being the precedent. We can't have that fear. Although, with Sky Harris calling the shots, I do understand it, but we can't keep doing that.
Let's see here. Danny G, mailbag, go outside and light money on fire. That's a better use than that bet. Is that your Tigers bet he's talking about? Go outside and light money on fire. It's a better use. Okay, that's fair.
Bonner was on the hype train, man.
Yeah, I hope I can
the Tiger roller coaster. Now you about to throw up on it. Oh, man, that's great.
Krug Daddy, mailbag. Why is Woodward Sports more in on the last place Lions team this season when the Tigers making a push in the second half when they've made the playoffs more than the Lions?
Well, I mean, listen, I'm the Tigers guy. They just went 3-4 in their last 7.
Yeah,
when
Kruger is
that's
worse
not
than
making
you.
a push.
Kruger think they can still win the division.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I'll tell you what. There is a point.
Yeah.
I didn't say I cashed out of the bet yet, but I almost clicked the button yesterday.
And Kruger, I'm gonna do you the favor. The makeup of the Lions roster is a lot better than the actual makeup of the Tigers roster, and you can go look at both and you get back to me.
Rando Mailbag, I said it the last 2 years we would make the playoffs. This year is no different whether we trade Skubal or not. Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate that faith.
Duncan said Doc lost his press pass from Crunch. Listen, I'll tell you what. We have tried to rein Doc in a lot. We've done we did our job.
Yeah. Again, you guys are all. We talked about Kirby, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Trust me,
we could tell him
we're pro freedom of speech. We let Doc say whatever the hell he wants, and you know, hey,
Right.
at the end
But
of the day,
he got to stand on that, though.
he got to stand on it, and he does. So I give him credit.
Yeah.
Zach Soap said mailbag. Duran though.
What?
I think he's talking about just Jalen Duran.
Yeah, what the hell is he
Duran
doing?
thoughts.
Hey,
Well,
I've
I would
been asking
say
the same thing.
I would say Duran. Sign the QO, pal. No, in all due respect, like just sign the deal, Duran. Just
really
sign the deal, man. Like that, I'm sure the Pistons have offered you more than a fair contract. I understand you want a high number. Just sign the deal. You'll be a free agent again when you're still in your prime. And if you feel like you're worth 60, 70, whatever it is at that time when the money's the money, the cap raises, go get it then. You just haven't proven to be that type of player yet. $60 million, no, you have not. Don't sign the QO in all actuality. Like I'm friend to friend, do not sign the QO. Go out there, make your money, and then a couple years, then you go make your big bag. But don't do it, Jalen Duran. You're too young, man. Don't sign the QO. Don't do it.
I think you know who should be his agent? Jeff Iafredi.
Yes.
He probably would have already got a deal done and been good to go.
No, he would not like me because I'd be like, Duran,
hey dog,
we ain't signing 57, bro. We ain't getting it. I'm gonna try and get you the most money, but we ain't getting it. Yeah, just how it is. So, is there anyone else you see in there?
Not many. I mean, there's a lot of different things going on in this chat right now.
Yeah,
I'll say
man.
that.
Time is money.
Mike G says, mail sack, Juicy Jeff, what was more annoying, Fish's love for Ohio State or Kennedy's unnatural love of Brady Quinn? The Fish of Ohio State one was a little out of luck.
He's an Ohio State guy. I did not know that.
Yeah, well, he just, it's not like love. Fish just loves a lot of teams. You know, he just loves
So
a
he's
lot.
like Maz.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you
Fish
know what
loves
Fish
a lot
I've
of
noticed with Fish online. He just loves sports. So
He
like
loves sports.
He's like I'm just a fan of it. You know.
He
like,
loves rugby.
Yeah.
He loves everything. Sumo wrestling.
Shout
Got
out.
me tapped into sumo a couple times. Yeah.
Hold on a sec. We can't leave just yet.
Oh no, I got to.
Not breaking news, but
Spider-Man tickets, big dog.
per Ian Rappaport, I guess the NFL world is.
I gotta go.
The NFL world is hearing that contract talks between Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions are not all that active.
Oh my god! Why would you open this can of worms right here?
I told you. Hey.
Who tweeted that? You said?
I guess
told
it's per
you.
Ian Rappaport.
Maybe told you it's aggressive, but I was talking about it. I was suggesting it. The possibility of them not being maybe
Speculation.
on the same page.
This is just like Jeff passes. Speculation. No,
That's something,
I don't
man.
know. Yeah, that's something.
If Ian Rappaport's report there's truth to that, which I believe there is, and they're not actively engaging, they're far apart. That's how that works.
So that means a deal doesn't get done and he's going to return to training camp.
The issue is he's not practicing. So it's like if they're not even active.
I don't
now
know.
What's happening?
They're active clearly because he's sitting out or sitting in.
He'll return to practice if they can't come to a deal, and then he'll just play.
He'll play. Yeah, that's
how it is.
Yeah.
And then Jeff can take his victory lap.
Oh well. I mean, it's not not one I'm proud of, but one I will take.
But it's one.
Yeah, I'm not saying
you ain't out the woods yet.
Yeah,
there's still 2 years on that deal. Yeah. You ain't out the woods yet, big dog.
KG, it's gonna be a long fucking 2 years. It's gonna be a long 2 years, man. Oh, Shot says, Jeff, I swear to God, Shot he hates me. Shot, no, I love you, brother. We'll get out of here.
Shout out everyone. Love everyone.
We're about to have new guy Cam come up here in a second, bro.
We'll be back tomorrow on a Friday to talk about all this and much more. Until then, 11 a.m. You got Braylon Anson 2 to 4. Check out the fellas 5 to 7 heavyweights. Until then, peace.
Love you guys.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafredi and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.